Tonight, with thanks to Say Intentions, we bring you this week's flight sim news. We preview Miltech Simulation's MH60, FlytheLine. We check out a preview of Birmingham, Newcastle, Larnaca, and then we have a quick tutorial on our very own Discord. Hello, everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Midweek Shuffle, the halftime show, the middle of the week. You're very welcome to the news. It's busy now tonight, flat out busy now tonight, so right, 2-minute intro, let's be having it, no delays, no messing at all, no. Me gadget's on the blink, me screen keeps turning off, but don't let that worry you. You know, hope you're all keeping very well, hope your day has gone well. Tonight, yes, a busy one. We're checking out Miltech. Jeez, we're checking it. There's all buttons. We're checking out Miltech Simulations MH60. This is in partnership with Blackbird Simulations. We're also going to be checking out a ton of airports. There's the man with glasses. How many pint glasses? 5 pint glasses. Well, Jesus then, young flip. What are we doing? Right, so we have a preview of Pyreegue's upcoming Birmingham, right? Then we're checking out RW Profile's Newcastle, and then we're checking out iniBuilds Larnaca. What? 3 amazing airports all on the way. We also check out FlytheLine, a new career mode add-on thingamajig. This one from Just Flight. I know you guys have been asking some questions about it, so we're going to go through it, see what it's all about. Does it work? How does it work? And we'll figure out what it is, right? My screen keeps turning off. I need to fix that. But anyway, and of course, yes, we have the chopper here behind us, including the mission hub. So that should be fun. That should be hilarious. So, yeah, I need to figure out why that screen keeps turning off. This is going to be great. But anyway, hope you're all keeping very well. We're also going to be checking out a quick tutorial on our Discord to show you where things are now going to hide. Right, brilliant, you know, brilliant. So let's see what happens there. But anyway, we'll ramble in and say hello to people because, yeah, it's going to be a busy one, lads. Very busy tonight. CP65 is here. Welcome in. Spitfire RF 100 is here in the chat. Welcome aboard, buddy. Super Typhon is here. Vacuum is in the house. Mountain Man, good to see you. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome in, man. Where are we at now? Captain Sickbag, hello to the sunny southeast. Hope you're well. Tarnish Mossman is in the house. Cyrus T, the man of teal. Good to see you, Cyrus. Hope you're well. PH Roy is here. Very good afternoon. Or good after evening. Sourdough Man, welcome in. Atticus is here. Ozymandias, welcome aboard. Max Stallion, good evening. Malky is here. Roy, thank you very much for 7 in a row. Cheers, buddy. Does buttons gone on? Bananas. Crafty Tigers, good evening. Chox is here. Creo, good evening. Commander Balosh is here. Ozymandias, 3 in a row. Thank you very much indeed. Wicked Lumberjacks, happy Wednesday. Liptorius, welcome aboard. B. Carlo, welcome in. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Piku is here. Northland Air, happy Wednesday. Muse fan bursts in the door with a left-handed guitar saying how he is mad jokes, he is. Good to see him, Muse. Night Zep is here, welcome aboard. Oz Nomad, 31 months with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed. Great to see you. Toto is here. Newage, happy hump day, everyone. Indeed, Newsage. Ailerons into wind. Get to the big chopper, peoples. Going live as soon as Murphy finds his keys. Good to see you, Ailerons. Or as we like to call him, the him. Yes. He is the him. Remind me now, lads. I need to disconnect. I need to do some science before... Just remind me in about 11 seconds, right? Resonate, good to see you. Franco is here. Flying Trits, welcome aboard. Paparazzi is here. Welcome in, man. APO Inspector, happy hump day. 98 Vulcan says, greetings from Gosford, Australia. Hello from Tipperary. It's warm and the humidity is about... the humidity is about 95%. It's roasting. But all is... Do you know what? Right, hang on, right? So I've been having the old aircon on full blast for the last little while because I was saying, why is it so hot in me room? I didn't realise, right? The fan, I'd had it turned down a notch so I wasn't on full pelt. What are you waiting now? It's not unplugged. Plug it in there now, it's a good man. Just re-plug it in though. Because it's dead. Did. Good man. Huh? We had to switch off. No, it didn't. It was working there a second ago. I blame science. Right, anyway. But yeah, the fan was on. It was turned down a notch. So it wasn't doing much at all. It was just spinning. But anyway, Nick, welcome in. Medic24 Life, welcome aboard. Wills is here. Wills of 1985 subscribing for 5 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Wills. Great to see you, buddy. Where are we at now? 98 Vulcan for 3 streams in a row. Thank you very much. Medic24 Life, 3 months at a tier 1. Thank you very, very much indeed. All the subs, lads. These are very kind. Stu Snape is here. Very good evening to you. Thank you for 3 streams in a row. Hope you're well, buddy. DK is here. Bell Bro, welcome aboard. A Crotty, welcome in. Sir Camsalot, Jesus, how are you? AJH man, hope you're well. Medic24 then gifting a tier 1 sub to Mr. Rene Conning. Koenig. Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane generosity. Sean Dale is here. He says, I hope you're all having a grand week. Can't wait for the MH60. You need to be hiding under a huge rock to miss all the adverts. They're making it loud. Due to release tomorrow as we go to check it out. Energizer's here. Would you look at the state of it? I'm talking about the heli, of course. Yes, right, Energizer. Yeah. TG Sims, good to see you. Black Eyes Gabe, we have a Black Eyes Gabe. Gabe, it's good to see you. He says, happy hump day, Murph, and Fireflies. Hope you're well. Captain Norse, good to see you. Where are we at now? Medic, thank you for your 5 streams in a row. Ailerons into Win says he needs to do science. In common speak, he needs to learn how to start it. There's a lot of buttons on this, as Bellbro quite rightfully said. Gar Gaming, hello from Galway. You're welcome in. Hello from Tipperary. DK, exciting release is coming up. And Sim Update 3 seemingly next week. Well, I'm not sure if it's next week, but sure, we'll see how it goes. Paparazzi says, your 11-second reminder regarding some science needed. Come on yourself. Hermit Something, very good afternoon from Boston. Supposedly another beta build coming next week. I'm not quite sure when they're putting the releases out. Do you know what I mean? Flying Trits is here. Good to see you. What did you think of the Lancaster? So the Lancaster has received 3 updates. In case you haven't noticed, they're on version 1.03. Or maybe it's 1.3. I'm not really sure, but the Lancaster has been updated quite a bit. So we'll have to check that one out also. Now we'll ramble over here to our friends watching on the Tube of You. Mrs. TPHI is here. Welcome in. Spiner is here. Anna Crusses. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Who else come in? Black Sheep Jean. The news for the muse. Good to see you, Jean. Hope you're well. Where are we at? Uniform Goose. Good to see you, Goose. Happy Wednesday. Falconer is here. Good evening. Kubi, welcome aboard. Visualize is here. Steve Claxton. Good to see you, Steve. Stevie Bees.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off. There's no refunds. Hi, everyone from sunny Tenerife, says Stevie. Come on, Stevie. Hope you're well. Mr. Classic is here. Rudiger. Greetings from Stuttgart. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well, Rudiger. Hope all is treating you well. Leonardo da Vinci. welcome aboard. Another beta. Yeah, they're not ready yet. Matt Robertson, hello. Davis Ebert, hello, Davis. Hope all is well. Steve Stavros is here. Morpheus Pilot is here. Welcome in, lads. Jesus, then you're looking absolutely fantastic now, all the lads, eh? They're all coming in here now on a beautiful Wednesday evening, missing the hurling training. Brilliant. Right, over here, look.
Studies, 60% of the time, it works.
Every time.
Every time.
I'm a Scotsman. Good to see you, buddy. Winkle Gassler is here. Hayden, welcome aboard, Hayden. Hope you're well. Streamer Vids is here. Shut up, you. Streamer Vids, good to see you, buddy. Where's this now? Right. Will you ever be ready, though? I feel like 2024 has just been on a big beta test till now. Yeah, right. Do you know what I mean? Drew, good to see you, Drew. Right. Now, are we ready for one of these? I need to come over here, but before... Oh, Jesus, that was fierce tight. Before I do anything else, I need to turn things off and turn them back on again. So there's the MH60. It's going away for a second. It'll come back, right? Hang on. I need to fix this because it's shagged. Right? I think it gets too hot. Now? I think it gets too hot. That's the problem, right? Yes, we know the screen is turned off. Got to turn it back on again. Hopefully now this will do the ticket, right? Let's see what happens. It's thinking about it, lads. Thinking about it. Give it a second now. She's thinking about it. Any old second. There she is. Right. So hopefully that fixed it. But I'm having issues with that screen turning off. Remember I told you I bought a gadget to fix the... My face is terribly bright there, isn't it? Jesus, Murph, hang on. You are the picture of bright light. Why are my lights all shagged? Bring you down a bit there now so you're not blinding us in the parish. Do you know what I mean? How's that? Yeah, that's better. No, Murph, we can still see our face. It's pretty bright or something, isn't it? But anyway, let's see here now. It has a heat issue. It does, actually. It actually does. Sounds like warranty is about to be used. It keeps turning off. But anyway, let's see what we're going to look at here. So, we have a lot to cover tonight, friends. We shall start off at the beginning. It's the best place to start. Here is, in its raw, untamed state, we have... the Miltech simulations in partnership with Blackbird simulations, and iniBuilds are doing some publishing for them as well. They're making this available on their store. It is that of the MH60. Now, this aircraft is going to come with 3 variants. And for a helicopter, probably the most advanced in terms of what it can do and also all the additional systems and features. A separate purchase to this aircraft is also the brand new Mission Hub, which I'm terribly excited for. And the reason why I'm excited about the Mission Hub is because, well, we get to create our very own missions, you see. But we're going to delve through this chopper. We're going to show you what it's all about, how it looks, feels, sounds, smells, the whole lot. Econidine, the author of the sound package. And it comes with 3 different variants, a ton of liveries, and it also comes equipped with a number of different sceneries, one of which I'm here at the moment. This is where the Spanish Navy, the Armada, this is where they do some patrolling up and down the Gibraltar Strait. So very, very nice indeed. So yes, it's a native 2024 chopper. It also works in 2020, and yeah, I'm very excited to show off this machine here now. Epic Fool is here, probably frothing at the lips looking at this thing, right? It is a beautiful, beautiful helicopter, and it's quite staggering to see what they've managed to put into this. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to be checking this one out in a little bit. So keep the excitement on ice for the moment, because we have a bit of news and to cover, and then we'll start jumping into checking out all of these mad add-ons, right? So that's the plan with that. So to get started, we'll turn down the sounds off that devil, and now we need to bring up where we have the news. Holy tabs on a website, Murph. Right, here we have the news. A big shout out to Vashko over at MSFSaddons.com, to Callum and the lads at FS Elite, providing us with all our newsage. Now, you may not have heard it. This one slipped in under the radar. They didn't tell anyone. It just appeared, and no one's been streaming it whatsoever. We just got a raid. Adam Controls is here. Good to see you, man. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had an awesome stream, Adam. I was lurking there for ages. We've just started. Look at that for timing. So yes, the big Fenix update.
Allow myself to introduce
myself has dropped. As Nutty Slack came in, good to see you, buddy. Sun Jammer, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're all keeping terribly well. But yes, here we have the big Fenix update, and it's for both sims. It's for 2020 and 2024, and it's a massive update. Fenix have released their comprehensive video preview of the long-awaited Big Fenix update, or BFU. It's a major overhaul of its A320 CEO product line for Microsoft Flight Sim. The update now live, marking the culmination of months of work and laying the foundation for future development across both 2020 and 2024. The latest update promises to rethink how the aircraft flies, sounds, feels, and even how users interact with it. And it does so whilst remaining free for all the current A320 CEO owners. They've rebuilt the flight dynamics using data from over 800,000 flights, right? At the core of this update, it's a completely overhauled landing profile. Developed using real-world data from hundreds of thousands of flights, Fenix say every current variant in the CEO line benefits from this, with improved realism in touchdown behaviour and also the flare performance. Now, I saw Dougal mention this as well. A number of A320 pilots who fly this in the real world are very happy with this update. They feel it absolutely great, right? In tandem, the fly-by-wire system has been returned in both pitch and roll, again guided by real-world datasets, and it includes new input dampening dynamics and a subtle custom control map, changes that prompted Fenix to recommend linear control sensitivity for best results. The sim-defined sensitivity mode has now been depreciated entirely, right? So they're using their own stuff. So, what else do we have? Enhanced realism. So on the 2024 variant, you now have a complete walk-around mode, which is friggin' awesome. And there's a number of you can manually refuel it. You can open up doors. You can do a lot of cool stuff walking around. But also the visuals have seen a major overhaul here as well. The latest ground handling system requiring fresh tuning paths for the rudder axes have been completely updated, so that means the rollout in taxi is going to feel a little bit better. There's more immersion thanks to the enhanced input matting that better reflects real-world dampening and responsiveness. They've added in sharklets. Standout addition for the A319 is the sharklets, nicknamed the Baby Shark. Fenix have gone as far as to include a bespoke variant of the CFM 57 or 56 5B7 engine found on American Airlines high-performance sharklet-equipped 319s. There's also an IAE-equipped variant matching Avianica's configuration, complete with a flight model tailored to the sharklet dynamics, drag changes, performance quirks, signed off by real-world A319 pilots. Weather radar and EFB improvements. So the weather radar now includes gain control, though tilt still remains off the table for now. Platform limitations, so they say. But the EFB has seen a host of refinements with stop margins, built-in PDF viewer, has volume controls, so you can control your vPilot, your GSX, even Spotify. Native integration with 2024's EFB as well. The audio overhaul, they've included immersive, dynamic, and spatially accurate sounds, because far beyond new engine recordings, nearly 3,000 audio samples have been revised. Even footsteps are based on weather and material. It's friggin' nuts, right? The new model, it's available on both platforms, but in particular, it shines on 2024 thanks to that expanded walk-around capability. It's a native 2024 aircraft now because it uses the new modular sim object system, effectively rebuilt from scratch to align with the new sim architecture. The level of detail optimizations, completely retextured flight deck, 7-segment displays, physically modeled to replicate the way digits brighten under sunlight. They've improved the LCD clarity as well. And of course, as I said, we have the 2024 walk-around, full internal and external interactivity. You can stand up from the captain's seat, move through the cabin door or outside the aircraft. Doors can be opened from inside or out with accurate inertia and locking mechanisms. Hydraulic and electrical systems are also hooked into it. So you can see the maintenance bus access, the cargo doors, refueling panel, and you can refuel from that panel, right? Gear door hydraulics and also your external power panel. Also, you can even spin the fan blades or stop them by a click of a mouse. It's getting ridiculous. Hammer Nails, thank you very much indeed for 31 months. What a ledge. Cheers, buddy. Livery conversion, and we'll talk about this now in a moment because there's been savage work on the livery. More than 750 liveries plus 50 new ones have been updated for the native model. Several include custom cabin layouts. As a bonus, users can opt in to enable the physically emulated 7-segment displays. A huge update with an eye on the future. Fenix say the BFU also includes hundreds of smaller fixes and back-end system improvements. While the update is designed primarily for the CEO line, it also acts as groundwork for the upcoming NEO or NEO variants expected a little bit later this year. So this is a brand new update, the Big Fenix update. It's free for current users. It affects the entire A320 family, and well, you can go grab it now. There's refinements and enhancements for Flight Sim 2020 and for Flight Sim 2024. And we mentioned the liveries, and huge news here, because this was announced in our Discord earlier on. Corn Wolf has completely updated our alpha livery for our own virtual airline of the Fenix A320 family. They've all been updated to be compatible in Flight Sim 2024 with the latest BFU from Fenix. So all our liveries are now available. There's some 6 gigs of these. A massive shout out to Cornwall for doing all the work. Shout out to Gibbo for putting everything up on the website. There's brand new thumbnails gone in. All the add-on files are ready to rock. Click on them, download them, pop them into your community folder. You're good to go. So massive work by the two lads, and they just did it. It just happened in the background. So a massive thank you to Cornwolf and to Gibbo just for making stuff happen in the background. Incredible. So all these are available now. They're over on the teutonmurphy.com website. Ramble up to where it has the downloads. And if you're flying the Firefly Air Alpha livery for the A320 family, which includes the 19, the 20, and indeed the... what do we have? The 319, the 20, and the 21. They're all there now available. Cornwolf did some savage work. Gibbo authored, I think, all of these at the start, and everything's been updated. They're now live on the website. It just happened. Colossal work has got into this. So a massive thanks to the lads. Can we get the pints of Guinness and Moats into the chat for the two lads? Because they're absolute legends. Zybok, you're very welcome in. So yeah, so fantastic news there as well. 6 gigs of updates for like 3 aircraft, all the different variants, IAE, CFM, sharklets, no sharklets. You can imagine savage work has gone into this. So do be sure you can grab those for free over on our website. If you like flying with our own livery, or you like flying on some virtual airline stuff, this is where you grab them. So massive thanks to the two lads. Now, moving on, IndiaFoxtEcho, they've shared Eurofighter progress. They've also previewed an F-16, a TA-4 in the new Flight Sim update. IndiaFoxtEcho have released a long-awaited update covering the current state of several in-development aircraft for the sim. The developer acknowledged a prolonged lack of communication, attributing it to the increased workload across multiple projects. You know, IndiaFoxtEcho, well, they make aircraft across many different platforms, Flight Sim and DCS included. Despite the limited time, the team shared a brief but informative overview, along with some screenshots, particularly that of the Eurofighter, the F-16, and also the TA-4. So let's start with the Eurofighter. IndiaFoxtEcho reports having seen significant progress. The aircraft is now flyable. Most systems are either complete or nearly finished. There's a few 3D components left, specifically the landing gear and so on. Developer says within the limitations of the sim, the version is way more accurate and realistic than ones previously developed for FSX and P3D. A release is not expected before the end of the summer, though. But it's good news to hear that they're working on it. It looks gorgeous. IndiaFoxtEcho have done incredible work, considering they've worked with Heatblur. We've gotten the MB339. I think that was the first jet in Microsoft Flight Sim, and to this day, it's still a beautiful jet. But they've released so many things. The F-14, the Tornado, 2 of their absolute finest, I think, and I'm very much looking forward to what's coming next. The F-16A, the Falcon, this one they're working with Heatblur. It's being developed once again in partnership with Heatblur Simulations. That's a native DCS developer. The 3D model, about 99.9% complete, requiring only minor adjustments. Avionics and flight model development have just begun, and the aircraft is still a few months away from reaching beta status with no estimates, but it's good to see that it's now starting to come together. The last one then, progress continues on the TA-4J Skyhawk. Beautiful aircraft this. The external model now complete in terms of geometry, nearly complete in terms of texturing. The cockpit model has been finalised, with the UV unwrapping still pending. It's all to do with like how textures and reflections work. Preliminary avionics coding and flight model work has also begun. However, the project is said to have a slightly lower priority compared to that of the Eurofighter and the F-16. So a lot of good stuff coming from IndiaFoxtEcho. It looks as if we're going to have the Eurofighter first, followed by the F-16, and then finally then the Skyhawk. They've also worked on their existing fleet, in particular the F-35. They call it a remastered version, currently in the concept phase. The effort is to focus mostly on graphical improvements, updating the visuals to match the developer's current standards. And if you watch closely with IndiaFoxtEcho, I mean, from aircraft to aircraft to aircraft, they're getting nicer and more detailed. You can see that from what they're doing. So the F-35 definitely going to get some love. Also, their updates are currently in progress for their F-14 Tomcat, the M346 Master, and also the Tornado. The updates have been delayed due to the possibility of integrating new features with code improvements, but the team hope to finalise and release these updates soon. So once we have more news from IndiaFoxtEcho, we'll let you know. But they're very, very busy. As a developer, these lads are flat out. They're working on 3 brand new projects. They're thinking about, a version 2, if you like, of their F-35. And they're focusing on their already released aircraft on how to make them better. So great news. And you'll love to see it. They're flat out. Now, PMDG, the 777 build 119, and confirming the marketplace release. PMDG have pushed build 119 for the entire 777 lineup. They shared some long-awaited marketplace release dates for the sim. In a new forum post titled Some Bits of Good News, Robert Randazzo says the rollout is finally aligning across the platforms following a productive meeting with the Microsoft Flight Sim team. Build 119 is now live through the PMDG Operations Centre for customers who purchase the 777 through pmdg.com. This update focuses on cleaning up graphic details and animation hitches, particularly those that came to light following the release of the 777-2. There's a few code optimizations included, and also the update applies to the entire fleet. To update, users simply just need to open up the new Operations Centre, and then you can click it from in there. Just to be aware, lads, when it comes to the Operations Centre, PMDG have 2 of them. There's one there behind me, Mallet. So you have this one or that one. It's the OG3 we're going to open up. And if you open this up, this is a much faster. I love this. This is way faster from an Operations Centre. You can click one little button, it updates everything in your fleet, or you can do them one by one. Some aircraft not yet working on OC3. They will. But yeah, it's way better than the other one, right? Anyway, where are we at here now? The most significant news is the entire product line, including all the 777s, will be available, all going well, on July 29th, which was Tuesday. I don't know, did that come out? Maybe it didn't. I didn't see it. It clears up previous uncertainties around when the release schedule is going to be there. Xbox users, the delay build 116 updates are also scheduled to arrive on the same date. Marketplace access. Robert also confirmed ongoing issue with marketplace livery packs not being visible to users in 2024. He didn't go into detail, but he said Microsoft provided encouraging information that suggests access to previously purchased liveries should be restored soon. That was a red flag for PMDG a little while ago. They had no way of getting the deliveries in there, so that's good news. In the update, Robert also notes that the team have made progress in the long-standing bug that affects the braking after loading in a saved in-flight state. The issue, first reported over a year ago, it's now been traced to a problem with how Microsoft Flight Sim handles brake state data. A fix is being engineered, and once it's ready, they're going to roll it out. They're also working on mitigating some other WASM freezes, pending core level fixes from Asobo, related to memory allocation. And you can imagine it's not just developers who are struggling with WASM. I mean, they have to get some help from Asobo on this. As for the new sound set, it's still not ready. They say that development is ongoing, and we've no other information in relation to the 737, the 747, or the MAX, or even the DC-6. So we'll keep our eyes and ears on PMDG over the coming weeks. We know they're busy. The 777 fleet is what they wanted to get out there first, and then they'll have a look then at that. Do you know, JG Mathis, welcome in, buddy. One Foxy Bingo Gav. My extra version in the sim MP the marketplace 2024 isn't showing an OC3. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be fixed soon, but they've copped it. They know where the issues are, and if they're saying they had a good chat with the Flight Sim team, this should be good news. Now, over to scenery, MK Studios have released their Adelaide International Airport. We spoke about this a week or two ago. It's now available, and it's you can pick it up through Orbix Direct. Just 6 kilometres west of Adelaide city centre, Yankee Papa Alpha Delta, South Australia's main airport, serving both domestic and international flights. And their version from MK Studios brings a detailed and up-to-date representation of the airport. According to the developer, the scenery includes a highly accurate rendition of the terminal with interior modelling, custom terrain elevation and runway profiles. It also has updated taxiway layouts and numerous bespoke assets. Looking very nice here as well. MK Studios definitely going from strength to strength when it comes to their airport releases. At the start of the year, they kind of told us what they were going to work on for the year, and they seem to be fairly fairly on the ball with what they're doing. Great to see more scenery in Australia. It's one of my absolute favourite places to fly in the sim. You tend to get good performance down that neck of the woods. So yeah, great news there, seeing that Adelaide has now been released. You can pick it up for about $28.99 Australian. Works out at around 16 or 17 euros. About £15 or about $20, give or take. So that's available now. An airport we're going to be previewing this evening, RW Profiles have released their rendition of Newcastle for Microsoft Flight Sim. The new version of Newcastle, Echo Golf November Tango, the airport located on the northeast side of England, serves over 5 million passengers annually. It's also a key regional hub for airliners, including that of British Airways, Jet2, TUI and also Emirates. The scenery offers an up-to-date, highly detailed rendition of the airport, featuring handcrafted textures, accurate airport layout and custom modelling throughout. This is a standalone, or what's the word I'm looking for? A very high standard from RW in terms of their scenery. We're going to be checking this one out on the sim. The last time I saw Newcastle released, I think it was Orbex who did it quite some time ago, and it was grand, right? This is a different kettle of fish altogether. This is very, very nice. And there's a handful of airports in the UK I really like, mainly from the fact because they're single-use runways. They're not the mad busy places. And as you can see from some of these pictures here, we're going to explore the airport in a little while. But you can see from the pictures, there is highly detailed assets. Highly detailed, like beautiful assets, buildings, models, textures, lighting. Absolutely incredible stuff here. So Newcastle, give yourself the Geordie accent and come on up and tour around Newcastle. I'd love to hear what Ali thinks of this, or even Eamon. I mean, that's up there neck of the woods, right? So yeah, we're going to be checking this one out now shortly as well. The airport available right now, you can pick it up through iniBuilds, priced at around £12.99, give or take, plus your taxes. But yeah, the RW is miles better than Orbex. Yeah. The Impossible Phase, good to see you, buddy. Now, moving on, ElevateX, the free flight tracking bit of software. Well, they've introduced a premium tier, and also now they have major updates. ElevateX, a community-based flight tracker, have announced a large update, and the update introduces new premium subscription tier and rolls out various improvements, with the team extending thanks to the community for its support. The new ElevateX Premium tier has been introduced, with core features remaining free. The premium membership, well, it's priced at $3.99 per month or $39.99 per year. An introductory 15% discount on premium was available to users up until a couple of days ago, and the premium features include a 1-second flight path rendering, unlimited 4K screenshots, and also planned cloud autosaves. Beyond the premium tier, the core platform updates includes a complete new map redesign and also a new rendering system, stated to offer better performance and smoother scrolling. Navigraph data integration now displays airport mapping database details, including that of VATSIM gate status, and you'd need your Navigraph subscription. Navigraph data or nav data implementation also supports SID star parsing with transition. So there's Navigraph and VATSIM integration, provided you have an active subscription with Navigraph. Digital Combat Simulator compatibility. ElevateX have officially discontinued DCS. The decision stems from the plugin's unpopularity due to the limitations of DCS, which only allowed flight tracking in campaigns, not multiplayer gameplay, making consistent support impractical. The ElevateX team concluded by thanking their community, a full changelog and roadmap outlining the features through to Q3 for this year, including virtual airlines as the next major milestone. I think when it comes to subscriptions, we've spoken about it an awful lot of times here on this channel, right? What are your thoughts when it comes to subscriptions? And I think there's a very clear divide in the community. A lot of people are against it, but there's a lot of people for it. The arguments being is, those who are against it will argue, you're going to pay over the odds for the price of the software over over whatever lifetime that you have using it. The other side of the argument is, well, it keeps pressure on developers to consistently deliver on what they said they were going to do, because if it breaks, or if there's long-term bugs, or if it just gets stale because they haven't updated it, well, you stop paying. Do you know what I mean? And so it kind of keeps people on their toes a little bit. I just think we're going to see an awful lot more of it. An awful lot more. Do you know, ATZ Swede, welcome in. But yeah, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of subscription services when it comes to our flight simming now. It's kind of sign of the times. I mean, a lot of data is housed on cloud servers. They cost money, monthly charges, right? So there's still all of that. But yeah, I think it feels not too different from Volanta subscription for now. Yeah. And okay, look, the price, you might say $3.99. I mean, it's $3.99. It's a cup of coffee a month. And if you're happy with it and you're getting daily use, or at least every time you flight sim, well, you know, whether or not you need 1 second flight path updates, unlimited 4K screenshots, and planned cloud autosaves, if you don't need that, stay with the free tier. I mean, they're still developing heavily on the free tier, which is that's most important. They're just giving people an option if they want more bells and whistles. Do you know what I mean? Strap21, hola. Mr. Dan is here. Good to see you. So more about flight tracking and stuff. So track your flights like a passenger with this new Microsoft Flight Sim map utility. MSFS Passenger Map. It's a new freeware tool. It replicates the familiar moving map displays found on airliners, designed to run on a browser or in a browser or on a tablet or a second monitor. Developed by IXVST01, the username, it displays your aircraft real-time position, the speed, altitude, route, local time, and other useful flight information in a layout similar to those seen on the commercial passenger screens. That's a picture of it there, look. Ooh. Altitude, ground speed, time at origin, time at destination, distance from, distance to, right? And this is free, right? The tool was quietly released on flightsim.to in June and recently received a major update. It significantly expands the capabilities. The developer who cites FlytheLine's classic map add-on for FSX as inspiration originally created the project as a personal challenge, but has now decided to share it with the community. The app runs locally on your PC using SimConnect with no installation required. Once launched, users can access the interface through any browser on the same network, so it is ideal to use on a tablet phone or on a second monitor. Key features: real-time aircraft tracking on customizable maps, display altitude, ground speed, ETA and local times at your departure and your arrival, a visual trail of your route including flown path and remaining distance, SimBrief integration to display the airline logo, the aircraft type, the schedule and the route, a flight info panel toggle and multiple aircraft icon options, customizable settings, use your unit system, line and colour thickness, label type, map zoom, cycling and all the jazz, runs via local IP on mobile devices and has full localization support for 34 languages. The most recent update introduced a settings menu, new map themes, performance optimizations and fixes for browser slowdowns during long-haul flights. Ooh. Very, very interesting stuff. Anyway, it's available over on flightsim.to. I'll copy you the link, lads, into the chat. If you want to go over, have a grab of it. It's free. So, yeah, nice bit of stuff there. We like free. FlyLAT. Well, they're testing a mobile app to manage virtual airlines from anywhere. But here's something we don't see every day. It's a flight sim add-on going mobile. Not just to show a route map or, you know, stream your live location. FlyLAT, the airline management sandbox for Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane, well, they're getting a fully featured mobile application. The app currently in testing, the idea is simple: bring the entire back end of your airline, your fleet, finances, AI crew, routes, cargo ops and all that, into your pocket with a native Android and iOS app. According to Luke, one of the developers behind FlyLAT, it wasn't always the plan. The team already has a web app, which was an experiment, a way to see how users behaved when they weren't at their desks. And they found that what became the go-to interface, not just for users, but for himself also. The problem is that the web app had its own logic. It had servers, bugs that didn't align well with the desktop version. So instead of endlessly patching it, they've gone back to the drawing board and built a mobile app from scratch, syncing it directly with the FlyLAT program. You can get push notifications, messaging systems, soft notifications like your app alerts, AI and employee management, approved join or airline join requests, and so on. The roadmap equally ambitious, so they're looking at bringing the account management on, route planning and fleet control in, financial oversight, and so on. So, yeah, behind the scenes, FlyLAT continues to evolve and now features machine learning on the server side, not for AI crew yet, but for shaping of how the economy works. A lot of options now when it comes to like economy mode in your flight sim. And, you know, you can be a single pilot or you can be part of a VA, a virtual airline. And it's all about looking at different economy modes. I'm currently working with On Air because it's huge. It's massive. The amount of stuff you can do with On Air. And I just kind of like the whole layout. They give you 3 different worlds, if you like, in which you can operate in. And they all have the economy side. I mean, anything from renting aircraft, buying aircraft, maintenance, you know, working with FBOs, fuel prices globally. Plus, you can make your own industry stuff. It's mad what you can do with some of these programs. But anyway, great stuff here from FlyLAT. Interesting to see them going down the mobile route. I think that's quite handy because, I mean, you know yourself, you're on the way home from work, on the bus, and you're thinking, Jesus, what will I do this evening? Well, there you go, right? Now, speaking of career modes, FlytheLine. We're going to be checking this one off, or checking out this one this evening. It's a new career mode add-on for flight simmers, and it's just been released. In partnership with Just Flight, FlytheLine Short Haul Edition, a standalone product designed to introduce structure, progression, and career-based gameplay to Microsoft Flight Sim and other platforms, is now available to purchase. Developed by Pulsar Sim, distributed by Just Flight, FlytheLine offers a deep airline pilot career simulation that takes players from the role of a junior first officer all the way up to a fleet captain. The app combines realistic scheduling, career progression, and life management systems in a package that supports any aircraft in the user's sim hangar. There are 3 distinctive game modes. You can go career mode, structured progression, pilots earn XP, and you get payments and all this sort of jazz. Free play mode removes the grind, unlocks everything, and then you have scheduled mode, which offers a stripped back experience focused solely on flying real world schedules. We're going to have a look at that or this on the stream now as well. You can have up to 8 different profiles. It tracks everything in your sim, what you'd be kind of used to in terms of, you know, takeoff, landing, all that jazz is there, right? So we'll have a look at this. Plus, there's a ton of data that all comes through with this as well. Very interesting bit of kit, this. It's available now. It's priced at $29.99 or $29.95. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, is this something you should get? Just Flight, of course, they made their own kind of manager program years ago called Air Hauler, and then it became Air Hauler 2. This isn't a million miles from it. This is kind of, to me, it looks like kind of an evolution of what they were doing. Do you know what I mean? Flight Sim Max is here. Good to see it. Idle Cutoff, welcome in. Locust is here. Bach, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday. Now, news, Rex Atmos CORE announced. I can't remember if we covered this or not, but we're jumping in to say we're going to have a look at it. Rex Atmos, they continue to release more pictures. I don't know if you've seen it. I still have nothing in relation to release dates. We did cover this, but we'll bring it up again. Rex Atmos, because it's specifically for that for Flight Sim 2024. Now, someone who uses Reshade. I use Reshade quite a lot, but something like Rex Atmos, or Core as I call it, this allows you to kind of really tweak finer details, specifically when it comes to, like, you know, the color of the clouds, the color of the sky, the color of the grass. It makes it a little bit easier. And when you seem to be making one change using something like Atmos versus Reshade can impact multiple different objects. What they've managed to figure out here at Atmos is, well, no, this will just hit these sort of tones, right? Now, it's not a one-click fixes it. These pictures are to show you the power of it, right? Reshade can only tweak post-processing, while Atmos can change the in-sim stuff. Correct, Energizer. But yes, Fake Wayne, thank you indeed for the follow. Welcome in. These pictures here, it's to show you what's possible. This is the default sky and colors, and that's what could be done. So you can see by the 2 pictures, I mean, I think that's way more realistic, the second one, right? So it is looking very good. So I've no new news on it. Just be aware they are developing this for Flight Sim 2024. Do you know, Jamaican Runner, I was only saying this yesterday. So Jamaican Runner, I used to always call him Jama I Can Runner. Right? Yeah, I butcher people's names. It's all right. But yeah, it's Jamaican Runner. Welcome in. Good to see you. I had to, like, you know, I got the name all wrong. It's not important. Jamma, I can run it. But anyway, moving on. That's Rex Atmos CORE on the way. Now, across Africa, the 2025 VATSIM event will be kicking off on August 9th. Return to the mother of all lands on August 9th for the second edition of Cross Africa. It's a VATSIM event. The event, in cooperation with VATSSA, also with Maghreb, Egypt and Northeast Africa's VACC, VATSIM's divisions, will once again provide wide ATC coverage on the network for large parts of the continent. Featured airports: Tunisia, Cairo, Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Dakar, and so on. Johannesburg is in there, along with Cape Town. Mauritius is in there. As well as all editions in the past. From these airports, you'll have the option to choose your preferred path across the continent. It allows for seeking all different kinds of scenery along the route and aircraft as well. So, if you want to find out more, booking slots, they're still available. If you wanted to book your slot on it, it's available over on the VATSSA website. I'll go ahead and share that in the chat if you would like to find it. 2-1 Murphy, muttering, you can call me Runna, come on yourself, Runna. But yeah, it's a huge VATSIM event across Africa. So I remember looking in on this last year. I think Dave flew it last year. But anyway, that's coming up on August 9th. Keep your diaries open. And then in our last bit of news, DCS World have updated core modular stuff alongside, there was some key developer updates here as well. They recently pushed an update to DCS World, introducing new capabilities to the F-18 Hornet and also the F-16 Viper modules. As for the Hornet, a new terrain avoidance radar mode has been implemented. The new mode provides pilots with a visual representation of terrain ahead. Matt Wagner of Eagle Dynamics provided an overview of the new radar mode. And looking ahead, Eagle Dynamics plans to add some multi-sensor integration into the August DCS update. Meanwhile, the F-16 now features the ANAAQ Advanced Targeting Pod. The new pod features capabilities such as multi-target track, TV and infrared camera picture-in-picture, extended range image processing, and also an infrared pointer. Laser spot track has also been added in, and Matt Wagner delved into the HEP's feature in a two-part video series, part 1 covering a basic setup, while part 2 demonstrated more advanced capabilities. These are massive weapons systems upgrades. These pictures aren't loading. There we go. They're massive weapons system upgrades. Anything from radars and also infrareds. And it's huge, right? It's huge. Heapler Simulations, who previously stated on their official Discord server that the recent July DCS update would not include any content from them, while they cited the complexity of their ongoing summer roadmap. The reason for this, the announcement outlines further updates planned for the SAB 37 Viggen and also an early A variant of the F-14 Tomcat, AI-controlled A6E intruders, and also some new systems coming to the F4E. Future F4E updates are set to include the Jester AI Pave Spike functionality, which offers virtual backseater to operate the targeting pod when a human weapon system officer is not present. And it's huge updates here from DCS. Meanwhile, the official F4 manual repository on GitHub has been updated with detailed descriptions of the new systems. Identification system section now covers the APX-81 Combat Tree Interrogator, which is capable of spoofing and detecting period correct identification friend or foe transponders. Also, the air-to-ground stores pages outline TV-guided bombs such as the AGM-2 Walleye and also the GBU Hobos, complete with warm-up timers and delivery systems. Also, the AGM-65 Maverick entry describes new gyro spin-up and spin-down logic with separate arm light circuitry. It's just savage weapons system updates going into DCS. In a recent newsletter, Eagle Dynamics provided a statement in response to the comments and questions from Razbam, its proxies and other external developers. It comes after Ron Zambrano, Razbam's owner, previously posted on the official Twitter stating there just isn't a path open for us to return our products to DCS. Eagle Dynamics confirmed that a settlement agreement was signed with Razbam at the end of 2024 to conclude existing disputes, and the agreement includes a strict confidentiality requirement preventing Eagle Dynamics from disclosing further information. However, ED stated that Razbam instructed them to cease selling modules developed by Razbam and its independent developers. They also confirmed that while the modules continue to function as is, Eagle Dynamics has not received any access to the source codes or cooperation from Razbam or its external developers. Despite this, Eagle Dynamics have stated they intend to do their best to ensure the modules continue to function on DCS. So that was all a whole load of drama Whole load of drama. F4 weapon systems are always so confusing for me. I've never tried them. Practically Geek is here. Good to see you, buddy. Busy week, man. Busy week. But yeah, anyone who's using DCS, this is great news in terms of all the weapon systems update. As I say, DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, very different than what we're used to on flight simulation, mainly civilian operation that we do with, you can use military aircraft as well. Where DCS shines, it's on this level of systems depth, particularly when it comes to the weapons. Like when you talk about weapon systems in particular with, you know, missiles or bombs, their own internal gyros spinning up and spinning down and getting the timing just right, infrared or TV tracking, like a different kettle of fish, different ballpark, but incredibly cool and incredibly interesting. So anyone who's using DCS, well, you have a massive update there as well. All right, so friends, now we shall move on because we get to look at a machine. And this here is the MH60. Moving on, I'm only joking. So the MH60, it's a versatile twin-engine multi-mission helicopter designed for both combat and support roles. The MH60, it is capable of executing a wide range of missions, including anti-submarine warfare, or ASW. Where is this now? Anti-surface warfare, ASUW, search and rescue, SAR, combat search and rescue, CSAR, medical evacuation, logistics support, and also special operations insertion. Ooh. Ultra detailed 3D model, handcrafted, ultra detailed 3D models. We'll have a look at that. 3 variants. We get the Sierra, the Romeo, and also the Tango. There are 39 liveries to choose from across the fleet. 39 liveries this aircraft ships with. The flight model, autopilot and stability augmentation system, realistic flight model, validated and tested by MH60 flight crew, fully customized autopilot and augmentation system, the SAS system supporting all modes as per the aircraft's documentation. It has weapon system, acoustic elements, external loads, semi-functional weapon systems, including Hellfires, torpedoes, flares, and guns, 4 selectable sling load operations, pallets, flags, Bambi buckets, 2 acoustic elements, Romeo, which has a sonobuoy, and then also a sono dipper function with the mission hub. 4 mini sceneries have also been included. We get a Coast Guard station in San Diego, we get one up in Kodiak, we get Garden Island, Australia, and then we got the Peñón de Vélez here in La Gomera in Spain. That's where we are at the moment. When it comes to the systems, comprehensive simulation of the aircraft systems and the avionics, based on the US Navy's Block MH60S manual. Virtual crew chief with an audio call to guide you on your VERTREP and SAR missions, support for FTP flight plans and search patterns, and the sounds crafted by none other than Echo 19 using 100% real-world recordings of a GE T700 from operational UH-60. What? So, the Sierra, it's a utility-based variant primarily used for vertical replenishment, or VERTREP, right? Or VERTREP, aerial firefighting, troop transport, and search and rescue. The MH60 or Romeo, well, that's the Navy's premier anti-submarine warfare and anti-surface warfare platform. It combines advanced sensors such as dipping sonar, sonar buoys, and also multi-mode radar with precision weaponry. Then you have the MH60 Tango. Tango, specialized variant of the US Coast Guard for search and rescue and also maritime patrol. Joey Bolo is here. Good to see you. So that's the machine. And the aircraft, it's due to release tomorrow for PC pilots. There has been a delay for Xbox pilots because they found a bit of an issue when they gave it to the marketplace. You'll probably have to wait another week or so to get this on Xbox. PC pilots, you'll avail of this tomorrow. A release window will probably some stage late in the afternoon GMT time or Zulu time, late afternoon, early evening. That is what they're hoping for. All right. So there's a couple of things I want to show you with this machine. First off, yes, the externals. It is beautiful. And we talk about detailing. It's absolutely incredible, right? The modeling work here, incredible. Absolutely incredible, right? And when it comes to the main rotors, and not only just with the main rotors, there is a ton of functionality with these. You can fold them back, you can clip in the tail rotor, you can do a whole load of stuff. But just looking here at just some of the intricate details, even on the main rotor assembly, it's very, very detailed, isn't it? It is absolutely friggin' nuts, lads. All the way down into, like, it's incredible, right? And it's such a huge chopper as well. It's a massive helicopter. It feels, well, we'll talk about the flight dynamics now in a moment, but like, it feels heavy, right? Full work is done on the interior and the exterior. And we have some options there as well. You can see that we have some remove before flight flags. We'll have to go through all of those. We also have a number of, there's different countermeasures on board. We can launch things, there's radar, and even the detail here when it comes to the tail rotor. See where the hinges are? Well, this is designed to put them onto the back of, you know, ships or aircraft carriers. You get the idea, right? But I have to say, I think visually it's stunning. This is stunning. They're just a cool looking chopper. Do you know what I mean? So you might be wondering, right, because it is a very sophisticated aircraft and it sounds like there's an absolute barrel load of features, well, is this going to require some sort of, you know, third level or fourth level education to, you know, to allow me to friggin' fly it, right? Well, we'll go through all that now in a moment. I didn't find it particularly difficult to pick up, and I'm in Egypt when it comes to this stuff, so let's see what happens, right? Sparky's fan, good to see you, just home. Welcome in. Again, unreleased air mix, you can fly before us. Yeah. Well, it's to show you, it's to show the thing off, let you know, hey, this is coming. You know what I mean? So anyway, the livery I've gone with, it's a Spanish, and we're in Spain, and we actually get this scenery with it. Look, this is one of the mini sceneries included. Isn't the area absolutely gorgeous? We're near La Gomera, which is North Africa. And they use this region for patrolling the Strait of Gibraltar. Isn't it absolutely stunning? Beautiful little place. So this is where we're going to call home for the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and get the aircraft into action and, you know, see what you think. See what you think. Forsec Shark, good to see you, buddy. So let me see here now. If I press a button over here. There we go. And here we are in the cockpit. I'll turn off my filters because it might be a little bit dark for you. What I want to do, we're going to do our walk around. So we'll start off at the outside, and it does have the 2024 native walk around mode, right? So we're going to remove all the before flight, and there's a lot of them. Chocks, all the different flags are here as well. Engine intake, exhausts. Go ahead and remove all of those. That all looks good. Come on up here to the nose of the aircraft then, and we have various radar, sonar, FLIR systems, the devil knows what. They're all located there. So we're just going to remove all the before flight stuff, and we can remove all those there. You also have the option. I'm after falling off the mountain. That's absolutely hilarious. I've fallen off the mountain. Mother of God, we're never getting back to our chopper now, lads. We may just end the stream there. Right, back into the chopper, right? Brilliant. Right, so we can consider that everything has now been removed from outside the aircraft. It is looking absolutely...
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off. There's no refunds. It's looking clear and ready to rock. Now, you might be saying, Murph, there's doors and there's crews. Depending on the variant you get different cabin layouts as well, be it for search and rescue or for anti-submarine warfare. And you can see all this kind of stuff here. These are like sonar buoy launchers and stuff. But there are a ton of click spots. You can open and close doors. And you also have below here where we can get access to where the hook goes. And that gives us a nice straight down view of where it is, right? So to get ourselves started off here, sitting here in the cockpit, a little bit of familiarization. First and foremost, our main screens here, 4 big glass panels, right? So that's where the vast majority of our work is going to be there. Do we know if there is a paint kit? I'm unsure, Cyrus. I didn't see one with a paint kit. Sure, we'll ask the man, will we? Hang on. Where are you now? Will there be a paint kit? Will there... Hang on now. Will there be a paint kit? We've asked the question, Cyrus. Let's see what happens. So our main business is going to be this screen here and also our main 4 screens. I've noticed on the left-hand side, it's the right-hand side controls both. All right. The devs have it on Discord. There we go. There we go. Crilly just jumped out the window. Right, Cyrus. So yeah, they have it over on the Discord. Sweet. We do have our own tablet here. It features all the checklists, so we can grab it from there. All right. So if you're unsure, we can go down to the aircraft here. And if we click on the aircraft, we can go in and do the checklists, and we can see before starting all your checklists are there, and they work. Right, and they work. So if you're unsure of the aircraft, just follow them. It'll help you along. So what I want to do, I want to put some power into the aircraft. We're going to come up here to our main panel. Now, none of these circuit breakers are modeled. They don't work. You don't need to worry about those, but everything else pretty much does, right? So we're going to go with the battery. Master battery switch coming on. Nice and quiet. And external power is available. So we're going to turn on the external power, and we should hear the GPU fire up. There we go. Kubi says stream is off. What happened, Kubi? Is it broken? Are we no longer live? I don't know. We're live. We're live. Okay, so there is some power coming in. And we have a couple of lights here we can mess with here now. Just a couple of switches here with some console lights, right? So with the external power turned on, you can see that our screens are still off, but we have little switches here on each screen. So we just turn these guys on, top left corner, and start turning stuff on. All right. And these are our main displays. And then looking down here, this is where we have some options. So this little gadget here, lads, think of this as like, almost think of this as like your EFB, or you know what I mean, all your options. So we can go in and check. So the cabin, for example, ASW is up and running, or we can change it to a search and rescue cabin. And if you're looking behind, you'll see that the cabin has now changed because we now have SAR in there with rescue crew as well. Or we can put it back to the vertical work. It removes all that jazz, and that's where we operate sling load. Or you put it back into your ASW, and that's your anti-submarine warfare. So you click of a button, you change the interior of the cabin. Nicely done. Moving back here then, we go into the doors. This gives us control of all the doors. Open up all the doors, and the good thing is when you open the doors from in here, it doesn't put you outside the aircraft. Yeah, it doesn't put you outside. So you can see where all the doors are fully opened on the machine, right? So we'll come down here and we'll close the doors. And it does get quite loud with all the doors, yeah? So doors are now closed. Moving further down, you have your weapon system. Again, this is where if you want to put weapons onto it, anything from torpedoes, missiles, and also your gunners. You can reload your sonar buoys, flares, and they all work. Click of a button, you'll see them launch. It's pretty cool, right? That's the weapon side of the fence. Actually, I'll show you that. If we wanted to put in the AGM, for example, you can see here now on the right side, we got a couple of Hellfire missiles. Click of a button, and they're there. So it's pretty cool. Put that down. It's pretty cool what you can do. So we'll remove all of those, and that looks grand to me. So that's the weapon system. So you get the idea, right? It's only a matter of going down through these menus here to see what the story is. Your loadout. This is what you want in the aircraft. What we're going to do today, we're going to go with an air show flag. I want to show you what that looks like. But you can say single pallet, double pallet. You can have timers, where you're going to pick it from, what side. Bambi buckets there if you want them as well. The mission screen, I want you to have a look at this. So when it comes to a mission, you kind of interact with this with both screens. So the mission hub, if you have the mission hub, which is this gadget here, more on this in a while, you can create your own missions. This is a separate purchase, but it's going to be available tomorrow as well. So you can create all sorts of stuff. We'll get into this later on, but basically you can say, right, what is the type of training? Is it going to be, what's the mission type? Training? Is it search and rescue, firefighting, cargo, passenger airdrop patrol? Is it a campaign, right? And what aircraft do you want allowed in it? Then you click on the map to add objects. So if I were to say, well, look, this is going to be a training mission, right? And I'm going to say, well, I'm going to come on up this little road here. So if I click on the map, I can spawn a scenario. What triggers, actions, world do I want to put in? You know, do I want to put in, well, anything, a custom sim object, what you want to put in, custom object, right? So you can actually inject scenery and stuff into this for you. And, you know, you can say, when I arrive here, I want to be, you know, fired upon. Or if I get to this point, I want someone to call in a rescue. That's what the mission hub can do. This is a huge add-on, and this is compatible with any aircraft. But anyway, park that for the moment. So that's the mission where it comes up here on the screen. So when it comes live, you can insert this into the chopper. Documents, if you need manuals, documentation for the hub and the Discord, again, they're just quick scans, but they also have the websites underneath, so you can just type them in. The configuration of the aircraft, the tail fold. So if we wanted to fold back the tail, there's the tail folding back, and it pretty much puts her into like, you know, a carrier-based setup, right? So put it out there as well. I do want an external tank, and I wouldn't mind the raft and the wire shrike as well, or the wire shark. So it just puts some stuff onto the side of the aircraft. Now that's what we've gone for here. We haven't really gone with an armed variant, so that's actually put in an inflatable dinghy on the side, and of course we put in a long-range fuel tank. So you can kind of see what you can do when it comes to the visuals, but it also adds the option, especially when it comes to extra fuel tanks. Well, that's what you can do there, right? So that's the configuration. Moving on from there, then we have our comm, nav, and tune. This is all huge. So if you go into the comm screen, this is where you do all your transponder, your comms, fairly straightforward, right? When it goes into your nav options, then tons of options, position updates, you know, different modes for TACAN, all that sort of stuff, right? What else do we have then? That's nav tune. So this is where you can device tune your radio, radio 1, radio 2, IFF. You can change all these directly from that, or you can go down to the modules themselves, right? Your flight plan. So if you want to go off and create a flight plan, right? Fly 2 point, create a coordinated flight plan. So if you wanted to do this, scan the code or go on over to, what's it called? INS Planner. INS Planner. So what you do here, look. You go to this new website, because it's telling you to go to this website, right? And from in here, you go ahead and you start creating a new flight plan. So you can say, well, search, where am I, right? So you'll put in a mission to say, well, I tell you what, I'm going to create a new waypoint here. So if I were to say, we're going to fly from, you know, here, waypoint 1, waypoint 2, and then waypoint 3. You can send that then directly to the aircraft. You can give it a flight plan name, right? And when you click send to aircraft, see this code? Your ID is going to be 3829051. We can now go into this. So when we go to flight plan, or FTP, or where is it now? Flight plan, we should be able to put in the code on this, I think. Is it down here? Oh, that's FTP. FTP ID, or we can go flight plan. Where is this now? Basically, you're able to put it in here, and it's that number that they gave you. Yeah, that number is what goes in there. So fly point to point, create a flight plan, and send to aircraft on key set, nav load, flight plan, nav load, flight plan number. So that flight plan number was 382951. So we put in 382951 and acknowledge that. That'll horse it in. And if we go now to the enter, loaded. See the way it came up, it said loaded. And if we look on the screen here now, it's giving us the lat and the longitude of each of the locations we want to go for. And if we were to have a look on the map here or on a map over here, it'll actually start, showing us the location on our main map. That's pretty cool, right? So you can say, that's, you know, but not only that, this also does search pattern work. So for example, you can put in, all right, I now want to do a search pattern, and this will automatically load in a detailed flight plan. So let's say, for example, I want to do a Papa Sierra. It's a 1 nautical mile. So I want to select this one here. So we'll go down to number 4. We're going to click enter, or does it acknowledge? Select, enter. There it is there. See in the map now, it's now created all of these waypoints in order for us to be able to follow along this entire flight plan. It's a search pattern. How cool is that, right? That's pretty cool. It just goes straight into the aircraft for you. It's pretty cool what you can do with this stuff. There's plenty of documentation about how all of this stuff works, all right? You'll learn more about it, but that's how it all works. The aircraft just interacts with it. It'll start putting it on your map. And these screens, I mean, you can really go messing, like, you know, here's your, that's all live, your FLIR, infrared maps, right? Aircraft stuff, ESM, integrated radar, tactical map. That's where we can look at it there, or we can clear all of that. All right. So our aircraft is currently in a powered setup because we're put them down again because we're running on a GPU. So we're going to close our doors. Right, so we're going to close our doors and we're going to come back here to the main menu. So next up, we're going to get some information We're going to get some power into this machine here, right? So to do the following, like your IRSs, it's going to be your computer and your EGI. So we're going to turn these on, and we're going to be hitting on all our switches here now for your nav options. We're going to come on up here to your AFCs, turn those on. And then next up, it's going to be powering up the APU unit. Come down lower here, we have our fuel control, get our pumps turned on. And you can see like in ECAS up here, it's telling you what's running, what isn't running, all right? So we come on up here to the top and we are going to go with a couple of tests. So we can do our fire depression test. Click on that to see the lights come on for your fire testing. Comes up on your main screen as well. Do the same for number 2. And it updates on the screen. Go ahead and turn those off. You can also do your engine overspeed tests, and they all come up in your ECAS then as well to display you have an engine overspeed. Moving on from there, the very top part, this is all to do with your cargo hook, right? We'll have a look at this. That's the hoist controls, up or down and whatnot. We're currently on external power. We do want to go on the APU. We're going to put that in test for the moment. We're going to, air source is going to be on the APU, and we're turning on the APU booster pump. You can hear the sounds coming in. So with that, we're going to start the APU. Also get some external lights up and running. External power. Come on up here to the APU. We'll turn it on. APU is now on. Generators are currently off. APU boost is still okay. Source is on. APU. And we can turn off the external power. Lovely, right? Yeah, it sounds pretty good. And even outside, listen. The difference, because it's outside. It's just an APU, right? Alright, so we're going to continue on with getting this aircraft into action. So APU is now up and running. We're going to have a look at bringing some power into this. So we're going to put our fuel systems to transfer on both. Lights are already looking good here. External power is off. APU is running. Our main engine ignition switch is going to be turned on. Booster pumps are already on because I have them down below. And this is going to be a start now on engines 1 and engine 2. So hopefully I've done this right. Let's see what happens. Press and hold. NG rising. Just listen to the sounds, lads. Engine 2. Doesn't it sound incredible? From the outside? Gorgeous. Right, so as the systems start coming up, I have this engine warning light. I wonder what that is. Let's see here now. APU is grand, battery, that's all grand. Fuel prime is okay. APU is grand. That should be grand. Engine ignition is on. Heato should come on. Lights are on. That looks good up there. What you're not liking down here. Let's just double check. Make sure I've turned on everything. You know what I'm like, lads. Self-test is okay. Let's see here now. Boosts are on. Where's this now? So many systems. Fuel lever has to be moved to middle position. No, I want it on crossfeed. Let's consult the book. Alright, so stabilizer on, engine ignition switch to normal. Crossfeed, lights, starter button, set PCL engine 1 to idle. We've done that. Engine values are done. Starter 2, engine 2, engine oil pressure, NGs, rotor brake is off, which it is. Fuel selector direct. Rotor brake, fuel selector, torque. Air source ECS engine, APU gen off. APU is off. I've warning lights though, that's interesting. Engines to idle. Shouldn't be. Generator 2, fuel pressure. How's it giving out about fuel? Do we have enough fuel is the question. Alright, let's see what that does. SAS fail, SAS boot, external power. That all looks good. What's she giving out about? Let me see. Stabilizer doesn't seem to be working. Right. Normal. That's all good. Primary. That's all good. Boosts are on. We need those on. Interesting. Didn't have that issue before. Let's have a look. Yeah, just to confirm on the paint kit is there, yeah? So the paint kit is available over on the Discord. Now why have we stuff given out to me here now? Let's see. SAS engine fail, low rotor, and the stabilizer isn't working. Did we not do something right? Tailfold, no. External tank, that's all okay. Cabin, that's all okay. Doors, they're okay. Weapons, they're okay. That's okay. Very strange. Turn these lads off for the minute. Let's go to EGI. They're aligned. I don't know why I can't clear this now. Maybe a patch is needed, because this was working just fine earlier. Stabilator doesn't want to work. That's interesting. Weird, right? I think I forgot to take off one of those red things in the walk around. Don't think so. Let's have a quick look. We're looking for the big red gadget. Does anyone see one? I have the sounds turned down now, so don't worry, she gets louder than that. No, I think we're good. That's interesting. She's doing something she didn't do earlier. But anyway, could be a bug, lads. There's definitely power in it. But I don't know why we have these warnings. SAS system failed. I don't like the look of all of this. Let's try it again, lads. Little bit, just strange. We'll restart it though, just to make sure. You didn't remove the covers. I did. Covers are off. Right, we'll go around and do the covers once again. To be sure, to be sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chocks, 8. Right. Computer tubes, radar. Engine exhaust. They are all of the covers. Oh wait, was it that one? Did I miss that one? We could have missed that one. Hang on, let's double check. Basically anything red, Murphy. We could have missed that one. You reckon it was that one? Alright. Right, let's see what happens now. So, jump in here now, reset all of that.
Jesus.
Listen! Be grand. Battery, ground power. And let's see, can we do this quickly? So, we'll come down here. Turn those on. Turn those on. Parking brake is already set. Go ahead and get this system up and running. Screens. Lovely job. APU will be next, so we'll put our APU. Boost. Start. Get some lights turned on. Jesus. Alright, what's he giving out now? SAS system. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Stabilator, yes. That looks good to me. Engine ignition switch to on. Booster pumps are on. APU on. External power off. And now we'll go for start once again. So, view forward, start. Let's see what happens now, sports fans. Let's see what happens. Murph shags it and then blames a bug. All the time. All the time. Okay, it's looking better now. I'm just going to edit that last bit out. Don't worry about it at all. You big Agent Murphy. It's grand. Sounds better. Generator 2. Look at all the shakes, look. All right. Gens are working. APU off. Engine off. Off. Lights be on. Pitot on. Low rotor RPM, that'll turn off itself as you builds up. Doesn't it only sound majestic? Right, let me see. AFCS are off. Clear that. Now we're good. Alright. Let us go to the map. And let's see what flying this thing is going to look like. Are we ready, sports fans? Alright, let's see what happens. Easy. Easy. Alrighty. Oopsie daisy. Nudge forward a little bit. And we're moving. Beautiful. Now what we can do, right? I was going to do, yes, if you want to turn on the FLIR camera, check it out, right? So if you wanted to, I mean, you can absolutely fly by this guy. That's deadly, isn't it? But what we want to do, we're going to try and go for one of these airshow hooks, right? So, slow her down there now, Jemima. Easy now. Okay. Small bit of power. And if we come down to here, we're going to say load. And what we want is the I want that airshow flag, just to have a look at it, right? Easy now. Alright, settle in and ease off. So let's go with the airshow flag.
Inbound for right seat beak. Roger, right seat beak. On hook.
Okay, where did they just appear it? So what this should do, it should place it in our scenery, right? I don't see it, but it wants the hook, so...
On hook.
Back here for a minute.
On hook.
Alright, relax now for a second.
On hook.
On. Normal. Armed.
Armed. Down. Down. Down.
So she's telling us to go down.
Down.
Easy.
Easy. Down. Down. Down.
There it is there, look.
Down. Right. Right.
More to the right.
Right.
Easy.
Right.
That's what we're looking for.
Right. Right.
Mind the tree.
Right.
Jason, they put this in a good spot.
Right. Right. Right.
Easy.
Right. Forward. Steady. Steady. Load hooked up. Clear to go.
Up. See Daisy.
Increase altitude to 50 feet.
Coming up now. Now check this out, look.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Isn't that deadly, look? Now I don't know if they're going to bring some animations to it or whatnot, but that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And then if you want to be a complete and utter muppet, right?
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
She's going to start giving out to me now, watch. Speed.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Get that speed up.
Lower altitude to 50 feet. Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Hang on.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Not going to happen, Betsy.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Jesus, doing well hanging on there.
Stay broke, we lost the load. Lower altitude.
They lost it.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Inbound, right seat beak.
Roger, right seat beak.
All right.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Right. Leave her alone for a while.
Lower altitude to 50 feet.
Yeah, don't worry about you now for a minute, love. You're all right.
Lower altitude to 50 feet. Hook lower altitude to 50 feet.
Hook disarmed. Off. Close the flap. And now we continue on. So do you want to check out some of the night lighting on this thing? So the lights outside, beautiful, right? Look at that, lads. We got formation lights, strobe lights, the landing lights on the front. Very pretty, right? But we can also turn on night vision lights behind us. There we go. Isn't that the job?
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Oh, Arch NDA. Good to see you, Arch. And then we want additional help here so we can actually see what we're doing. Put our FLIR back on, and that's using the front camera for us. Not deadly, isn't it?
Forward, good buddy.
Arch, thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome in, Raiders. And Jesus, now Murph Gandhi. Easy.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Right, make it daytime. Alright. So in terms of actually flying the chopper, right, it's not bad at all. It's very stable. Very, very stable. So if we wanted to just kind of stop this on a knife edge and see, can we put her down? Mind the power lines and put it down in that, put it down beside your man's house there, look. Easy now. Easy. Easy does it.
5 feet.
And down we go. And turn off those lights. Wait, some electricity. Isn't it only cool looking? Don't mind the fact that we're stuck in a bit of hedge. That's totally fine, right? So there be it, our machine, lads. Isn't it pretty? Simulations are here. Welcome in. Love your work, lads. Love your work. Gorgeous. Yeah, we're in Spain. Right, so head back out, put this thing to, we'll put it to land. Is there a native 24 version and 2020? Sparky's fan asks. Yeah, there is. So it's actually quite stable in the air, like when you're flying it. And that's going to be appealing for, where am I going now? That's going to be appealing for a lot of folks, right? We're going the wrong way. Hang on now. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, it's a Spanish. We've gone with the Spanish livery. 39 liveries across 3 different variants. And when it comes to
the wrong way.
when it comes to weapon systems, you know, you can launch rockets or missiles. You can drop sonar buoys, and you tie them to different buttons, like the flaps or cowl and all this kind of stuff. It's very well done. So I want to head back to our base. You can put it down. But it looks great, it sounds great, it flies great, and there's an absolute barrel load of functionality. Like it's unbelievable. And it's not final. This is a pre-release. I'm sure the version that will drop tomorrow will have more, you know, more scope. Plus whatever updates are going to come to this machine over the coming weeks and months. I mean, look at the cut of it, look. Playing a bit of tunage over on the old Twitch. But anyway, let's see if we put this down. If you're on YouTube, we're playing Voodoo Child. Very fitting. Right, let's see if we bring this in for the landing. It handles really well. It is fast. But it's very controllable. Says your man just before he makes a mess. Is now? It's very stable. Like, I mean, all the autopilot stuff, very stable. Easy.
10 feet. 5 feet. 5 feet.
And that'll do it. Alright, hold station, park and brake. And there we have it. What do you think, lads? Do we like? It's an absolute stunner. You're going to have a lot of fun flying this machine. You really are. It's stable, so it's unlike Murph. Yeah, very unlike Murph. It's absolutely beautiful.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Crew change or end of operation. Isn't that savage, isn't it? Echo 19, Tyler is in the house. 7 months. Good to see you, buddy. Jesus, love your work on this, Tyler. Have a listen here, listen. Absolutely brilliant. Now, granted, that's using the rotor brake, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Isn't it beautiful? So, just like, and some of the other features, like, check this. This is mad. Look. Look at those blades now. Look. It's nuts. The stuff you could, like, the engineering of this thing. I remember when we were at Duxford, Cyrus was saying, you know, how everything was able to... I think Cyrus was saying he used to do the maintenance on similar choppers on the Sea King. Absolutely nuts. It folds in, so the main rotors fold in. You can also fold in the tail of this as well. You know what I mean? Absolutely incredible. So this is due to release tomorrow. Xbox users will have to wait about a week. But certainly for those on the PC, well, the aircraft is going to be available tomorrow. Probably late afternoon Zulu time. You can pick it up through iniBuilds, Contrail. You're going to have some options there on where to grab the aircraft. And yeah, isn't it absolutely class looking, isn't it? You have repaired Blackhawk blades too. No way, man. No way. So engage the rotor brake. I don't know, will this work? It wouldn't work earlier, but we'll see. If we go to configuration and then fold in that tail. There she goes. This was clipping in an earlier build. I think they fixed it. Yeah, they fixed it. Well done. Well done, Miltech. Oh no, it's still clipping. Oh no, it's not. Look, they got it done right. Oh no, it is clipping. You need to fix that. I found a bug. But yeah, when it comes to like the different variants, the different operators and the different style of chopper, like we didn't even look at weapon systems here. Which is, you know, I mean, there's a lot going on with this aircraft. It is something that's reasonably easy just to pick up and go flying with, but then if you want that level of depth, the immersive depth of systems and all the stuff, well then yeah, you can absolutely dive deep at this thing, man. It's absolutely incredible. Really, really nice. It's a beautiful machine. It looks the part. It sounds great. It's mad how stable the chopper is flying it. You know what I mean? I think it's quite incredible, and just how stable the airframe actually is, right? Now, something else that's also coming out tomorrow is the Mission Hub. And this is nuts. This is nuts, right? So there's pre-launch, I think there's mission packs that Miltech are going to be releasing, or we can create our own mission. So it shows you on the map, and this is all done from inside your sim. So this bit of stuff goes into your community folder, right? So what we can do here, we can give it, let me see, file, new. You can import, which is going to be deadly, meaning that, well, you guys can create your own missions and we can import them and off we go. Now, it's not a multiplayer solution yet. I think multiplayer is definitely on the roadmap, but at the moment, this is for single pilot use. But still, you get the idea. So the title, you know, Jesus, the description, actually, that's something you need to do, lads, when it comes to, if you're using this, just be careful, I think, because some of your buttons... Actually, there's one for you from Miltech. I don't know if the Mission Hub already has this, but if you're typing keyboard commands into the scenario details, is there a way that it doesn't impact on what the aircraft is doing? For example, I hit Y and that activated slew mode. Do you know what I mean? So maybe there's something we can do there. But anyway, mission type, training, search and rescue, firefighting, cargo, passenger, airdrop, patrol. Right, put in a patrol. Allowed aircraft type, just helis, or do you want airplanes or all? And then we click on the map to add in some objects. So let's go down to the beach here. So we can spawn, use that as our spawn point, or if we click on the beach here, trigger. So circle trigger, property, timer, landing, all these triggers. So the idea being is you create a trigger. When you get to that proximity, it triggers something. So if we say circle, a rectangle trigger, and we can make this bigger or smaller, right? So we can move this guy around. And I think we can adjust the size. On enter, add a connection while inside, or on exit. So we're going to add a something, right? So when we get in here, we're going to say, here's that. Activate, add a connection. Right? So there's a trigger. Now if I click in here, custom dialogue. The command is due to a Flight Sim 24 bug, but the easiest way is just attach the panel as a window. Ah, perfect. Okay. So the solution to that is just use this screen, and then you can't interact with the sim behind it. Perfect. Okay. World. So marker ship. So let's see, a US Coast Guard cutter. Sure, put him in there. Where do we want him? Well, we want him up here. Look. Right. What else can we do? So let's put something else in here. World, custom scenery object. Don't know what that's going to be. Object title. It's an aircraft. What is it? I'm unsure how. I need to read up on this, lads. But the idea is we can put that there. Its orientation, its altitude. Is it on the ground? Right. So yeah, we'll do all of that there, and we'll drop him in just here. Right. Now what else can we do? We'll do something over here. Activities, search and rescue, submarine intercept, submarine attack. Right. Firefighting. So let's do something over here. Amount of fires 1. Well, let's put in 2 for the crack. Fires extinguished, no. So if we want to say, right, we're going to have a fire over here, right? Now if I save and play, save the file, we'll call it Murph, save. Now, I've never done this before, so you'll have to bear with me. I mean, this is new to me as well, right? So hang on. Ready to fly. Extinguish the fires. Load the Bambi bucket. What? So hang on. So we wanted stuff over here on the beach. So there's our cutter loading in, right? Look at this. Our cutter is loading in, and here's our fires blazing. I put them in the sea because I'm in Egypt. But you get the idea, lads, right? This will take a little bit of time to get used to it. But you can inject your own friggin' missions. This is nuts. This is nuts, right? There's fires. There's 2 fires, right? And they're burning all over the shop. Let's change the time of day. Will the fires look a bit more dramatic? Yes, they do. Right? So you get the idea, right? Isn't it mad? So you're injecting all of this scenery into your sim, and it's not just there to look good. You can actually interact with the friggin' thing. Now, is this a hard surface? unsure. The water is lit, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see bugs here because this guy's trying to take off. But you get the idea, right? You get the idea. And this, again, the build I'm using this is a fairly old build as well, I think. But you get the idea. Inject scenery. It's going to create its own little mission, and I think the mission hub is shipping with a number of predefined missions in there. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you can see there in the options, there's scripts that you can use. So you can probably inject all your own stuff. Can you just imagine what this could do? Think about it now. Like, you're talking about, search and rescue, fire stuff. And you're in control of it. When you fly to this area, suddenly, you know, there's an attack over here and you got to go and put out a fire or do a search and rescue mission or all of these things, right? It's quite incredible. Quite incredible. We'll include our own predefined missions. Yeah. So, and like, that's only one. We can add in tons of stuff, right? Murph, have you found the transponder on this lovely bird? Currently scratching my head. Yes, the transponder. Grizzle, good to see you, buddy. So if we go ahead and turn on the battery, external power. So if you're looking for your transponder, turn on your screens. Interesting. Turn on your screens. And if you come on down here and go to COM, transponder control. Right now. Altitude mode, ground mode. Where's our code? Where do we put in our code? Standby test on altitude mode. Where do we put our code in? Ground. Let's see. Let's see here now. Transponder control. Would it be tune? Oh. ADF. No. Let's see. It's in here somewhere. Let's see here now. How do we put in our transponder number? That's comms. Hardly it's a nav, is it? Or maybe tune. No, we're in there. Nav? Tracking mode. Engine. No, none of them. I'm in that now as we speak. Tune pop up. So tune. And what we're press enter to transfer or to enter frequency. So to put in our transponder mode, would that be under IFF? There it is. IFF. Press enter to transfer or acknowledge to enter frequency. There we go, Grizzle. 1200. Enter. So go into the tune page, go down to number 3, and then press acknowledge, ACK, and then you can horse it in there, yeah? Nice one. Grizzle is now going to be flying this machine on VATSIM and they won't know what's going on. Brilliant. Warhamster, good to see you, buddy. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Back to the future ship right there, I'm telling you now. So, yeah. Guys, you're going to have a ton of fun with this tomorrow. We're going to be doing this on our group flight on Friday as well. IFF means identification, friend or foe. That's what IFF means, right? Identification, friend or foe. So that's the Miltech simulations in partnership with Blackbird simulations. The sounds brought to us by the maestro that is Echo 19. I think you're going to have an absolute ton of fun with this machine. Look at the smoke coming from those fires, look. Mission Hub is a separate purchase, but again, if you're stuck, if you want to know what anything is, well, I mean, you can access documentation from here. You can say, look, Documentation Hub, or you can go to the Discord of Miltech Simulations. They're going to tell you exactly what it is, where to get it, and what it is as well. So this is utilizing the Mission Hub. You can kind of see what's going on. I call it the mission Jesus, but you can read or you can put in scripts, scenarios, stories, and it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. I imagine you'll be able to get audio tracks play. Just crazy stuff is going to happen from this, lads. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Do you know? So yeah, awesome stuff here from Miltech. The wait is almost over. This is going to be available tomorrow in the evening time, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun. The chopper is absolutely superb, and the mission hub is just going to be nuts. The LOD is actually quite good as well. I mean, we can still see that Coast Guard Clipper out there.
Oh, Jesus.
So yes, massive thanks to Miltech for letting me show this one off, and to iniBuilds as well. These are absolutely brilliant lads, fantastic. What we're going to do now, we're going to move on to our next add-on, and I want to show you what this is, because this is a brand new little program, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking the question in relation to FlytheLine. FlytheLine, and this is a career mode add-on, right? So we're going to pop this fellow up here on the screen. Hopefully you can kind of see what's happening, right? And on our screen here, what we have FlytheLine Short Haul Edition, and you can continue, or we're going to go for a new profile just to show you how it works. So we're going to select an empty profile, and this is your welcome screen, right? Now on the screen, I can't really do anything with the size of this gadget, lads. Maybe I can if I do it over here. There we go. Look at that for genius. What we can do here, you create your own persona. So let's say we're going to call ourselves Murph, and your profile photo you can select by whatever AI stuff. But if you want to upload your own, let me see. Oh Jesus! Now, whoop 1, whoop 2. I've defined where I have this stuff hidden. See users Murph. It's under downloads. And mug, I think, is a picture of myself. Select that. There's me after appearing on the screen, and my airline logo downloads will be Firefly Air. Let's go with that one. So you get the idea. You can make your own little kind of badge, right? So we're going to close that. And we need to pick 2 character traits. We must pick 2, otherwise we can't do anything. So I'm going to say that I'm adaptable and emotionally intelligent, right? I'm emotionally intelligent. And we can say, right, what world or what mode do we want to use this bit of software? Is it career? So you're going to start with minimum money and work your way up. Free play, athletic, shag off, plenty of cash and skill points, everything's unlocked. Or schedule. No character or lifestyle, you just fly. So if you don't want any of the other bells and whistles, you just want to fly, well, that's what you go with. For this, we're going to put in free play. If you want to grab a real-world airline, you absolutely can, and it'll start looking at their routes. So you'd put in, example, EasyJet, Aer Lingus, Ryanair, whatever. Or you can put in your own. So I'm going to put in Firefly Air. We'll put in our own ICAO code. And what airport base do you want to be in? Let's put in Dublin for the crack. And we can see some options here. Look, diversions. Diversions add an element of unpredictability and can occur at any time in a flight. Well, do you want that on or off? Frequent or rare? I'm going to say rare. You have 2 different type of aircraft bands, if you like. We can go with prop airliners, such as the ATR dashes and so on. Or we can go with the jet airliners or business jets. For this, I'm going to go with a business jet for the crack. Minimum flight duration. So this is your scheduling. Well, the minimum flight I want is, let's say, 45 minutes. The maximum flight time I want is going to be an hour and 20, an hour and a half. I don't want to go for any longer than 1 hour and 30 minutes. The month in which you start, by default, all flights begin on the first day of the month. FlytheLine automatically manages the time and dates for you. Your schedule follows a consistent pattern, 5 days on, followed by 4 days off. For example, if you start in July, your first shift will run from the 1st to the 5th, and so on. If you enjoy flying in summer, choose the summer months for your hemisphere. For winter flying, select the winter months. FlytheLine doesn't currently control the weather, allowing you to set weather conditions as you prefer, but this is something that'll change, right? Well, let's going to say August. Sectors. Each day consists of either 2 or 4 sectors. You choose your preference. If you prefer longer flights, it's recommended to limit this to 2 sectors. Shorter flights are better suited for 4 sector days. The choice is yours, but keep in mind, combining longer flights with 4 sector days will lead to a greater negative impact on fatigue and mood. FlytheLine will occasionally create 2 sector shifts, even if you've selected 4, and it's often due to limitations when generating schedules. All right, let's put in 4 for the crack. Now, there's an advanced tab in here as well. Corn Wolf, good to see you. Massive thanks, Corn Wolf, for all the work you did on the Firefly Air Alpha liveries. Yourself and Gibbo Ireland have been flat out today, updating stuff and making them available. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. In our advanced settings, we can say minimum runway length must be, so that'll limit your airports. The turnaround times, right? You can go ahead and do all of this. FlytheLine encourages on-time departures, not early, not late. So it's trying to, right? The airports, duplicate routes, so you want to fly the same routes, and add-on airports probability. So if you only want this to be planning flights from the add-on airports, and you can tell this system where your add-on airports are. It'll scan your scenery folders in 2024, 2020, X-Plane, I think P3D. It'll scan where all your community or where all your custom airports are. So if you only want to be flying in and out of your custom airports, this is a nice touch. I like this. So yeah, only use me add-on ones. You can also exclude airports. You can exclude entire countries or regions or individual airports. You can say, I'd never want to fly in and out of that place. And you do all that from in here. When you're ready to go, click Find Routes. And this is going to give you an idea based on what we've put in. All right, these are the scheduled routes that you can fly from your career. So it's picked a number of add-on airports, right? And some of them not so much add-on. Now, we can accept these routes or we can go back in and edit them. For this, I'm going to say accept. All right, your schedule is ready to generate. Let's go ahead. So this is going to load up all the routing, all the simulation is now going to load effectively, right? So everything here is looking good. Your schedule is ready. 209 possible sectors have been generated, so we're good to go. Continue to your aircraft setup. So this is where we select what simulator we're using, the aircraft template that we're using, so we can call it, you know, airline business jet. Your aircraft name, so it's a Citation 10, let's say. Your ICAO code is a C750. For instance, how many passengers can you hold, cargo, how the aircraft can handle, and then it says just be careful with all your various speeds, right? Minimum rotation speed, maximum speeds. I tend to leave all this as they are. Click continue. And you can see, look, your name is up here, your details, your photos, all this jazz. Now, because we're using the free mode, if you like, right? Well, you'll see that we have unlimited skill points. We have unlimited holiday days to us. Unlimited 999 days until we have to go for our medical examination. We have a very healthy bank balance. Now, the point behind all of this, every time you fly, you generate skill points, right? But also, every time you fly, you build fatigue. And the more tired you get and all the sort of stuff, well, that affects on how well you can fly, but also then penalties if you're getting closer and closer to a medical. Your medical needs to be done again. And to help fight those things, well, your schedule is part of it, right? But there's also a lot more. So we'll have a quick look in here. At the moment, our health is good, job performance, yeah, they're happy, fatigue is good, personal life, we're happy, and our mood is happy. These are the main KPIs that this program is looking at, and that's what the scoring system is, and that's what the engine is at the moment. The 5 headings, right? You can also see our rank, our experience, our last touchdown, average touchdown, and so on and so forth. And you can see we need 250 XP to get us to a junior first officer level 2. All right. Here's our schedule. So Friday the 1st of August, we have a flight from Dublin over to Echo Golf Juliet Bravo. Then Juliet Bravo over to, you can see it here, Echo Hotel Bravo Kilo. That's Maastricht. Maastricht over to EHGG. Not quite sure. And then back to Dublin. So there's your schedule. Right, and see in behind me, mallet head there. Look, there's a schedule. And you click here on schedule. So these are all your flight details here that you can see, yeah? So this week's schedule, well, what does next week look like, or the previous week? So you can see what this is doing, yeah? All right. Stats. So all your stats are showing you here. What are your stats? Your total passengers carried, your favorite destinations, shortest flights. They're just basic stats, but there's a lot of information, and it looks at weekly. Or indeed, it will look at it at your all-time stats, right? Cool. All right. There are your stats. Close your stats. we can now go into our profile, have a look at the profile. Physical activity, nutrition and rest, now versus previous, and you can see bars and graphs. Your fatigue, energy, rest, workload, stress, right? Everything's we're all grand at the minute. Your personal life, social interactions, hobbies and leisure, life events, emotional well-being. You might be saying to yourself, wait, what? What's the... who? We'll get into all this now in a moment. Your mood, job performance, and then traits. Relative or relates to emotional well-being, reflecting awareness and management of one's own emotions. All right. And we're adaptable, which is great news. So that's on the profile page, right? Now we go into my assets. And this is where the thing gets friggin' nuts. Here's your house. It's a grand house, right? And you can say, right, well, we can start, when we start earning money, we can start adding assets. And these assets are going to help with fatigue, well-being, social interactive, cooking, you name it, right? So it's kind of like The Sims. So if we were to click in SimPit, it's going to say, okay, well, what items do you want to purchase? And this is where you can see, well, look, we can buy a desk, a modern ergonomic desk, right? Well, it's not going to do anything for our health. It'll help with fatigue. It'll increase our job performance. It'll make us happier. So you can kind of see the level of depth they've gone into this. So let's buy a desk. Yeah, I want to buy a desk. And it just drops it in, right? All right, what else do we want in my SimPit? Well, I want a chair. Well, the chair is going to help with your fatigue and your mood and your job performance. So let's buy a chair. Right, what else do you want to get? Well, I want a PC. And you can see this has a huge impact on your, what's that one? Fatigue, job, mood, right? So we'll buy a PC as well, 2600, right? What else do we want? Well, I don't know. We can put in a sofa or some high-end speakers, but you get the idea. Where does it impact on your life? What about a gym? Click on the gym and you can see now, oh, hang on, look, these are going to give me +3 when it comes to me health. So the whole idea being is, when you fly, you get XP for your rank structures and that gets you better routings and all that jazz, right? But then you have the personal side of it. You get money, and your money is then spent on whatever you want, or whatever way you want to target how your career is going to go. And that's going to mean longer flying. You're not worried about doing your medical as often, and your performance is going to be better because it's able to do all of these stuff. Do you know what I mean? What else do we have? So there's the bathroom, right? But we're going to need this for health, right? So a shower, naturally. A Jack's, yeah, you need a toilet, right? But you get the idea. These will all start adding bonuses. And yes, you have smart shower, a smarty faces. Yes, there's a kitchen, right? So we can put in a kitchen worktop. Jesus, don't tell the missus I'm building a simulated kitchen, right? That'll be the end of us as far as we know it. Put in a kettle, very important. Yes. Oh, and a fridge. And you can move this map around, I think. I don't know how we... Wasad doesn't work it, so I don't know how we properly interact with the kitchen. You get the idea, right? There's me kitchen. What else do you want in the kitchen? Ah, Jesus, a kitchen table. Sure, why not? Right? So you get the idea. But all of these things add kind of bonus points when it comes to how much additional points you get between your flights, right? And that's just your asset. That be your house. You have other assets because, well, you have some aircraft, right? Now, I'm unsure what you do in relation to aircraft, and that's bugged now because I can't move the shagging thing, look. There we go. So make the screen bigger so we can all see it. And what this does, minimum requirements, you need to have net worth, you need side hustle skill, first officer, unlocks buy into the executive wings and wealth club and earn money flying short missions in lighter aircraft. So you can buy your own aircraft, right? Do the same then when it comes to the King Air or even a private jet. All right? And then there's the gaff then again. So you get the idea, right? There's quite a lot with this, right? So if we go back here now, I don't know, is that the main menu? No, it's not. Then you go into your skills, your logbook, request or wings of wealth. Don't know what this is. No suitable aircraft type. You need to set an aircraft before you can fly wings of wealth. Head over to the aircraft manager, configure an aircraft that fits your tier, and then you return there. So you can buy, well, there's my citation. Update the aircraft. Aircraft updated or saved. Back to wings of wealth. So it's trying to find a different aircraft, and that'll generate money. You can rent out the airplane and all this kind of stuff, right? Right. So that's kind of the back end schedule of it. Then you want to say, right, well, I need to get myself to Dublin. I need to select that aircraft. It's giving me a flight number, Firefly 189 or 7, right? And then you go to dispatch. On time, you're 45 minutes until dispatch. That's what your flight is going to look like. You go ahead and click dispatch, and then it's going to say, right, your sim is connected, time and date. You're at the wrong airport. Choose your aircraft template. You can go then into sim brief and load in the flight. What cruise altitude, that'll pull it in. Countdown trigger when you want to go. And what rewards. You get airborne within a plus or 10 minutes, and you can earn loads of money. Earn if you succeed, lose if you fail. So you can say, right, I want to gamble here. I want to go for the bonus of 178,000. And now this all comes into VATSIM. Like, this is where you can really push this sort of role play. You can want to VATSIM, and all of a sudden, you know, you're trying to get airborne because, you know, if I'm airborne plus or 10 minutes of the scheduled departure time, I can get 119,000, right? And that'll buy all sorts for your kitchen. But if it's late and you're using VATSIM because you got a delay, I mean, you can imagine now you're really simulating the, Jesus. Do you know what I mean? So that's what that does. And then, you know, you select the aircraft you're going to use, you make sure you're at the right airport, and then off you go and you fly. And it'll pick up all the stuff. It's watching all your timings, and you're doing all your flights. Jesus. So that is FlytheLine. Any questions? It's very good for the single pilot op, I think. For a single pilot, I think this is a great idea. There's nothing really there when it comes to a multiplayer thing, right? Not yet, from what I can see. But I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. But it's very much at the pilot level. Something like Air Haulier, that was more, you know, if you have a fleet, you have AI pilots going all the way around. It's very much aimed at the pilot. I love what they've done by having, which is kind of weird, right? But having like the gaff and you're using money to unlock stuff. I love this idea. I love this idea. Do they have an EFB app? I haven't seen it yet. So there's nothing native inside the sim. This is running outside of your sim. So there's nothing native. That's just its own little window that has to appear somewhere. You don't need that open. I mean, when you're flying on the dispatch screen, it shows the map, it shows you flying, you can get all the information there, yeah? So you'll get all that information when you're moving. But yeah, what do you think of it? Do you like? On-time departure really isn't my thing yet. Really isn't, right? Do they have garages for your trucks? You can kind of see the direction they're going with it though, right? I think it's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. And it's all wrapped up into one neat little package. And it's priced at around $30. You can pick it up over on Just Flight. Now, if there's ways that we can kind of inject other data into this, or we can pull data from it, I think that would be quite incredible. Quite incredible. But yeah. You have to follow your sectors, as in, you know, you can't start off at Maastricht and work your way back. You know what I mean? Cool little program, yeah. Might pick it up at some point since better than Instant Career. Yeah, the Instant Career, not there. This has a lot more features. And like, if you were to compare something like this with, you know, a pilot's life, On Air, or any of those, this is very much aimed at a single pilot. And that's all it does. And there's fun things where you have to manage your stress levels and fatigue and all of this, right? It's nicely done. And the scheduling is quite nice as well. Something like On Air, it's quite broader so far as, well, yes, you can do all your flying yourself, and you build up XP and you build up ratings and all this sort of jazz. But then it goes further. I mean, you can run your own airline. You can run with a virtual airline. You can have people working for you. You can build FBOs throughout the world. It's a full economy mode. You're buying and selling fuel and assets. There's industry. It's just a very different sort of kind of role play career mode. But this, as a single pilot to build up through the ranks, it's hard to know. I mean, it's there's going to be a grind element, as there is with most things, there's going to be a grind element to say, right, I want to unlock everything in the house, or I want to, do you know what I mean? But what makes these programs, I think, very, very good, they support the main sim. And it's the sim that's going to give you the experience of, do you remember that flight? Do you remember, you know, I nearly, you know, the fire's still burning, they are, yeah, right? That sort of stuff. That's why I like them. I think they're very, very good, do you know? But yeah, there we have it, lads. So yeah, it's similar stuff, One Foxy, it is. Let me see, Big Kid, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the follow. Right, so what we're going to do now, lads, we have three sceneries to showcase now. And again, if anyone has any questions when it comes to this stuff, sure, just let us know, right? Just let us know. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at Newcastle. Newcastle up on time, a brand new airport that has been released from RW Profiles, right? I might change my flying machine for this one now, just for the sheer crack of it. And we'll just load in with the owl Cessna 172. Right, now into Newcastle, let everything load up. There she be, give it a second. And if we put ourselves over here by the GA ramp, and let's see what happens now from over here. That music playing in the background is FlytheLine. So we'll say good luck and thanks. Very calming. Now you can turn all that off, of course, and you've loads of options, so you know it's quite a good little app, right? So this one here, Newcastle, and let me see, can I just jump into the plane here and then we'll go exploring, right? Oh, my control profiles don't work again. Really, plane, really. Right, I need this to work. Now I'll just come down here and reset the L control bindings stuff. But yeah, so this airport, there's my information over here. So RW Profiles, right? Newcastle International Airport, experience the Toons Airport in all its glory, right? In all its glory. Let's come down here and get this set up. Echo Golf November Tango, a medium-sized airport, serves as a gateway to the northeast of the United Kingdom. Over 5 million passengers served in 2024. The airport is home to over 15 airlines, including that of British Airways, Jet2, TUI, EasyJet, Emirates, and many more. And they serve over 80 direct destinations. There's also a maintenance hub here, and there's also a whatchamacallit, a school, an aviation school, right? So we'll turn off. I like me filters, but I might turn them off if things are a little bit dark. Why are they so shagging dark all the time? All the time. They're always dark. Right. Here we are at Newcastle, and this is purely, we're just going to go exploring, right? So we're over here at the Aviation Academy side of the facility, right? And what I want to show you here, lads, is just the depth of detail that RW Profiles have gone to. Because this is quite staggering, right? So you come into the little hangar here, the Newcastle Aviation Academy, right? And we got some nice static aircraft parked up and around, and it's all grand. But look at the detail they've thrown in here, look. Like, you know what I mean? Isn't that cool, isn't it? Like, down to the friggin' plugs, lads. Right? It's done really, really well. And that's just part of it. Like, that's just in a maintenance hangar. You know what I mean? Me Geordie needs work. It's not Newcastle. Pete! Newcastle! Alan Shearer. He's a Geordie. I need to work on me Geordie accents for sure. They use this kind of... Some of them are parallel... What's the name of the fancy gadgets that they do? It's not Parallax, or is it? But they have some items loaded in there. And it looks quite good from afar. And again, like, this isn't even, this is not at the main airport. This is, or the main terminal. This is just off to one side. Do you know what I mean? The car models they have are absolutely deadly. Look at the cut of that. No Skodas though. Terribly sad. Terribly, terribly sad. But as you can kind of get from just the kind of state and style, right? They do have a Skoda. Gibbo will be happy. And a Volks beside it, right? But what I'm trying to showcase here, lads, it's the sheer clutter. The amount of objects, the amount of scenery objects, and the attention to detail. I mean, look even here at the windows, look. You know what I mean? It's 3D stuff, right? Right, Right, come on down here. There's all like, there's logistics around us. All the catering vehicles are there. And this is before, as I say, we get to the main airport. This is all off on the far side, over where the GA side is, and there's a bit of maintenance and you've all this kind of jazz. Look at the detail. Isn't it absolutely frightening? Do you know? Parallax, yeah, some of it. This is 2D in a 3D space, so not parallax. Yeah, it is. Some of it is parallax, and then some of it is using a 2D, or they're putting 2D objects in front of parallax. It's quite good. But beautiful 7.3 with the old engines. Ooh. Newcastle Aviation Academy, right? And like, look at the clutter of just like objects. Isn't it class? Like, you're talking, it's photoreal stuff, lads, isn't it? It's photoreal looking stuff. Even the beautiful Scania. Look at the modelling of the Scania. It's like you're playing truck sim, isn't it? Look. The training hangar door opens and closes based on the time of day as well. Yeah. But it's incredible work, right? So what we'll do, we'll ramble over. They have a number of static aircraft here, including helos, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to ramble over to where the main terminal is. And just to give you an idea of the scale of Newcastle, it's a single-use runway. And we'll go down to the tower and all that jazz, but like, this is the facility. Right? Like, isn't it cool looking? It's absolutely deadly, right? So ramble in here now and we'll look at the main airport itself. Perimeter fencing, it's all done exceptionally well. Decals are perfect. There's a bit of frame gen noise. Don't worry about that. That's not the scenery. That's my rig. So we'll ramble over and get ourselves a bit of a look. Again, the detail when it comes to this. Look at the resolution on that look. Incredible, right? So additional car parking. You have all these fences for security. You're in at the back here now for deliveries. You can see British Airways Engineering, TUI are there, Jet2 are there. Absolutely brilliant, right? So we'll stay on the air side for the moment, just to give you an idea. Again, it's all the clutter. It's the sheer amount of objects and the performance here. The performance here is incredible. There's no FPS hits that I can see. I mean, 90 frames of multiplayer turned on. It's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. So as we move around, all the interiors are done as well. Plenty of stuff to see and go and explore, right? That's default as the sim would look like, right? So I always go for just a little bit. So the main airport terminal up here. And again, the detailing is fantastic. It really is. And at night time, it's an absolute joy as well. It's just done so very well. But we'll continue on airside. Again, you've all the different concourses. 2 levels as well. Down to Jemima here at the gate. Jetways are done very well. Everyone doing the mannequin challenge, yeah. But like, it's just staggering the amount of objects and stuff on the ground. It's incredible. It's incredible. Now with no traffic, yeah, the airport looks weird. It's like something out 28 days later. But you can turn on traffic and stuff if traffic injectors do the job. Say Intentions makes this place come alive completely. It's friggin' nuts, right? But as we move around then from the terminal, we can go down towards this side. And I'm sure you'll see from just moving around and how sharp the textures are. It's incredible. So ramble up to here. And again, like, you just have from the terminals, from the interior, it's just done really well. Brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Just fantastic. Great attention to detail. So don't be clipping through the buildings, Murph. Jesus, all the bars in Newcastle. Why haven't we gone to Newcastle? I was in Newcastle once. Coming over here then, through your departure lounge, you've all the stuff happening. More bars. JD Sport. Like, look at the detail. They've even put Newcastle jerseys in there. Like, isn't that ridiculous, lads, isn't it? Isn't that ridiculous, the detail? Gives a pint. Yeah. W.H. Smith. Breakfast, brunch, pizza. They got Burger King. Like, it's mad, isn't it? Great work done here. The attention to detail is phenomenal. The modelling, texture work, PBR, you name it, it has it. It is incredible. Then when we ramble over then to the land side, where we have priority parkings over this neck of the woods, and then we come up to where the drop off is. Like, it's just done so very, very well, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. And like, this trumps what Orbex did back in the day. Trumps it. This is just unbelievably detailed. I mean, look at it here, look, right? The only thing it's missing are sounds. You know, if we can get sounds in there, we'd be absolutely laughing, you know? This is priced at it's €18 plus taxes, right? €18. What's all this now? It's just class. And then to see the place at night time, that's the wrong button completely. The great sounds outside. Jesus, look at this at night time, lads. Isn't this fantastic? Look. That's phenomenally good, isn't it? Look at the lighting. Does it pass the rain test? Good call. Really? No rain? Sometimes we get rain, sometimes we don't. It depends really on the sim. When it's in the mood to give us rain, it'll give us rain. It's giving us loads of cloud, not giving us any rain though. But yeah, I imagine it's phenomenal when it comes to rain. Look at the detail, look. Jesus. Go through all the buildings, Murph. That's how you do it. Yeah, the night lighting is superb. I don't know why it won't give us rain effects. That could be... Oh, there you do it. That could be just the sim now acting the maggot, you know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't want to do rain. Oh well. A few clouds. So that's the night lighting. Absolutely gorgeous. So there we have Newcastle. Even look at the detail over here. Look, the hotels, the houses. There's photogrammetry in the area as well, yeah? I mean, look at this, look. And this is modelled. It's all walkways in here, look. That's mad, isn't it? Yeah, it happens every so often. Then we have the railway. Look at that, lads. The end of the line. Doubletree by Hilton. Again, these are all built into the scenery. Isn't it brilliant? Welcome to the Northeast. Jesus, the detail. This is savage, isn't it? There's a Greg's and a Costa. Did you get the idea? We need to go out to the control tower next. That's the last kind of thing. See the radar there in the building, look. Any Skodas? No Skodas, no. Terribly sad. No Skodas at all. But Newcastle, what a beautiful scenery. Like, it's unbelievably good, I think. The attention to detail is staggering. Even have the VOR station on site there, look. It's class. This is a touch of class. So RW have really done an incredible job, haven't they? Yeah, Orbex at the time of release was very good, considering it was 2020. This is nuts. This is really good. Like, he's done incredible work here, I think. It's photoreal. No matter where you look, it's photoreal. You're getting a photoreal thing. Do you know what I mean? So RW Profiles Newcastle is now available, and it looks absolutely stunning. Now, with that, we're going to head down to another airport, Birmingham. And Birmingham is currently in development from Pyreegue. That's right. For years, I have been mispronouncing Pyreegue, but it's Pyreegue. And let me see here now. Where can I park out of the way? We'll go over here. And we'll go to daytime. So here we have an upcoming airport of Birmingham. All right. Fornax, good to see you, buddy. So let's see what happens when we load in here. So Pyreegue is due to release this, I think, on Friday. And the airport includes custom GSX profiles developed by Hinchy. We gave Hinchy a raid the other night. And we're going to be checking out this scenery here now. I've been to Birmingham. The airport itself, I've been there. And this is believable, right? It's going to be an expensive night, absolutely. Like, this has just been a very busy week when it comes to releases. It's mad, right? So let's get our bearings here at Birmingham. Again, you're at another single-use runway. And I like these. And the reason why I like these, because they're more the regional places. But Birmingham has a lot of destinations, including Australia, I think. Do you know? So let us go in and start exploring this place. Again, similar to Newcastle, two areas for the terminal. You kind of have your main commercial side on one side, and then you have more your cargo and stuff on the other. All right. So from the very outset, now Pyreegue make incredible scenery. They always have. They have a very high reputation for making cool looking stuff. Edinburgh being one of them, East Midlands. They make absolute crackers, right? So as we can see here, well, this is down over where the fire training center is, and like even having friggin' lights on the, like, you know what I mean? Like that's the level we're at here, right? And then we get to, like, you know, this sort of stuff, right? So we're gonna ramble over. Is it STS here have the big hangars? So they're maintenance hangars. I don't believe there's an interior. They're using parallax there, which does the job, you know. Let's ramble over this way and we can kind of see what's happening in terms of, again, I'm staggered by the amount of buildings and clutter and scenery objects. Like, it's staggering. It really, really is. And again, this is using 2D objects with parallax as well, just for the non-essential buildings. And then look at the models of the cars. Like, they are absolutely brilliant looking, I think. You know. Long Gamer says, I won't buy Pyreegue anymore. It was good, but then they did updates where you had to buy the airport again to get no free upgrades to their version 2. They're not alone in that, though, Lone Gamer. A lot of them do that. And like, think about it, right? Pyreegue is a single developer. How long do you think it would take him to do that? You know what I mean? Like, if he was going to do an update, sure, you couldn't, like, you know what I mean? Do the maths, like. Like, if he spends 6 months working on an update and you don't get paid for it, she's going to be shag all used to then making more airports. You know what I mean? That's my own thought process on it. If they're bigger companies and the updates warrant, the update warrants more investment, I have no issues with that at all. If they're only kind of small updates, that really grinds me gears. You know, that just like, no, we don't want that. But if they're substantial updates, well then, yeah. I mean, something, you know. No one should work for free. Yeah. No one should work for free. But if they're only doing a half-arsed job and they want money, well then yeah, you're going to call them out straight away. You're going to say, what the hell? But if they're actually doing a lot of work for it, you know. But anyway, let's not let that take away. This must be an old terminal here at Birmingham, is it? Because it looks like an old control tower. And a terminal looking at us, so maybe that's the old part. Looks class though, doesn't it? Look at all the buildings we have around here. This is friggin' nuts. Hotels, all the cars. Again, the clutter. There's no aggressive scenery pop in here either. Right? Multi-story car parks. I like the friggin' detail here, lads. Look. Look. Nuts. Like bananas is the detail. Like it's getting to the stage now where like this is absolutely nuts, isn't it? It looks fantastic though. Right now. Did I not have one of these for them, no? Jesus, where's that hiding now? I used to have that. Where did I put this stupid thing?
Oh, Jesus.
Right now. No, it's not in there. Is it in here? No. Is it in there? Jesus, where did I hide that? I drove a van in here. You drove a van? Jesus, I thought I had a button for that, no? I'll find it later and I'll be like, Jesus, that's where I had this stupid thing. But again, it's pure detail here, look. Like to do that level of detail inside a park or car park. Absolute nuts, right? Absolute nuts. Anyway, we continue. Sounds from all the cars. Here's a tower. Go over to a tower. Again, look at the detail, lads. Isn't it savage? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Okay, let's go more exploring. Let's head on over to this side, because this is the air side, right? Let's see here now. And like you can see how smooth everything is. It's butter smooth. It's just like the details, Jesus. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Jesus, that took me 10 minutes to find.
Hello there.
I can't mute that on YouTube, so I'm going to get a slap in the wrist for that, but I don't care. It's always funny. What else are you going to do with a massive terminal like this? He's even modelled the jacks. He modelled the jacks. The wrong side are welcome in. Bloody hell, lads. Look at the detail here, though. Sky Zone for fun and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. The entirety of the terminal. Look at the cut of it. Next, accessorize. How are you, boss? Jesus, look at the mannequin. In motion. Sunglasses hut. Buy glasses for a ridiculous price and you too can look like Zeus. Bloody right. Boots. I have a terrible itch I can't scratch. What's out here now? More gates. W.H. Smith. Isn't it absolutely nuts? Nuts, we say. What's out here? Jason, there's more of them. He's having a rant and a rave about cutting grass or something. And she's just like, yes, dear, yes, yes, yes. And then they came and they put paint over me house. Did they now? Right. And then she's saying, you know, Jesus, though. Right. Brilliant. What else do we have now? Jesus, look, you can go down this way. What's in here now? He's getting an ear bashing. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, love. Yeah, but you won't do it again. Listen, it's grand. You're a big idiot, you know. But anyway, the jetways here are fantastic as well. Look at that. It's incredible. The sheer amount of clutter they're able to put in 2024, like, isn't it mad, isn't it? Like, the amount of detail they can actually put in and around airports now. This really does make the older sceneries look shocking bad. And it's no one's fault. It's just showing you what's possible on the new platform, isn't it? Like, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And when I was in Birmingham, we stayed in the Novotel, which is modelled just there behind us. The bars, look at the bars. Now again, that's using 2D objects with the parallax glass stuff. It's friggin' genius, isn't it? Then of course we've all the lighting and all that. Like, it's done so well. So well. And anyone who's been to Birmingham, well, you know the story here, look. There's the hotel, and there's a pub. It's up there somewhere. It's a class little pub. It's awesome. It's all aviation themed, as you could have imagined. But like, look at the details on the cars, look. Isn't it only brilliant? And a one-man team. Pyreegue is a one-man team. He does all this himself. He even put cars in the friggin' multi-stories, look. Jesus, he's a Mark 1 Golf, but no Skodas. I need a word with him. You have the Newcastle monorail thingamajiggy. Monorail. Well, yeah. I mean, it does the job, right? Or if he's hid some Easter eggs, I can only imagine. There's no friggin' Skodas, but yeah, I imagine there's a ton of stuff here to go exploring. It's the detail of the bus stops, look. It's frightening what can be done here. Centre of Innovation, Birmingham. Birmingham. It's a huge facility, isn't it? And like, you've all the car rental areas, overflow car parks. It's just done so very, very well, isn't it? Isn't it brilliant? Yeah, he's Ukrainian, yeah. I flew to Jamaica from Birmingham. This is really true to life. You flew to Jamaica? Jesus. The nighttime lighting. Oh. Look at the state of that, though. That's incredible. Can we get it to rain? Build a sim, give us some rain. Yes. No. Stupid sim. It doesn't want to rain. Or give us wet textures on the ground. Or will it? No, doesn't want it. She won't play nice, lads. But you get the idea, right? The night lighting is super. Jesus, look at that. Look at the lighting there, look. That's incredible, isn't it? That's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible is the lighting here. Look at that, lads. He's nailed it. He's absolutely nailed the lighting. That is superb looking. It's beautiful, isn't it? So this airport due to release on Friday, I think. Yeah, I think it's Friday this is coming out. But it's just incredible. Again, it's another absolute banger of a scenery. And Birmingham, such a great little airport to fly in and out of on VATSIM. Look at the detailing, look. It's nuts, isn't it? The only thing you could add to sceneries like this is the interior sounds. That's my opinion. The only thing you can actually add to these sceneries are the sounds. Do you know? Or if you're moving the camera too fast. Like, look at the lighting, look. Isn't that incredible? 18 to 22? Probably, yeah, probably. I didn't actually see the prices for it. But like, lads, this is just fantastic. I think it's brilliant. It's a huge facility. Single runway operation as well. So yeah, like I really think that lighting, Jesus, that's some of the best I've seen. And that's without getting any of the rain. What an awesome airport. And this is definitely needing to be on your list. This is incredible. It really, really is. And again, lads, the performance, absolutely incredible. Incredible. So that's Birmingham. We have another one. Are we ready? So this just got announced this evening. And it's from iniBuilds. And it's that of Larnaca. Larnaca. Down here to Cyprus we go. We've flown to Larnaca before in the sim. Right, put us in down here with the old general aviation lads. And this is a brand new iniBuilds scenery, right? Not yet released. So if you see any bugs, well, don't be worrying. Larnaca International, built from the ground up for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Experience the Mediterranean like never before with Cyprus's primary international gateway. Beautifully recreated and stunning detail from seaside approaches to bustling apron activity. Larnaca delivers an immersive and vibrant atmosphere tailored to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. This is going to be available soon from iniBuilds with a price of £9.99 plus taxes. £9.99, right? So I haven't checked this out. I've literally only downloaded it from the Ini Manager. So shall we go exploring to see what we can see? So we have general aviation stuff. Our motive hangar. Okay. Now, if things don't look 100%, don't worry, because it's a preview build, right? But still. Not much happening down at the general aviation neck of the woods, is there? Right, well, let's ramble up to the air side. So, number of the buildings. Textures are fairly low on that side, aren't they? Tons of static objects. Taxiway lighting looks good. We'll check out the night lighting now in a moment. Perimeter fencing's all there. Got a massive hangar here, look. Is that like Coast Guard or something? Into the control tower? Jesus, look at the detail in here, look. That's fantastic. Loads of detail in the hangar. Or in the control tower, right? Textures look pretty good as well, look. The tar lines look. Okay. The terminal. We'll start off on the land side and then we'll work our way in. How's that? So tons of cars. iniBuilds will never fail me. I know there's a Skoda out there somewhere. I know it. There has to be. I don't see any. What's going on with Skodas? Why aren't they putting them in the scenery? Do they not know they make the scenery better? Oh, there's none. Anyway, let's go and have a gawk here. Let's have a look. Fairly straightforward. You got some peoples. Oh, that's nice, actually. Jesus, look at that. Look at the bridges going across into the terminals, look. That's mad, isn't it? So they are... we do have interiors. Oh, that's nice. Look at that, look. I love that you can do that in flight sims now. Like, you can actually go exploring airports and getting an idea. You know what I mean? Into security. I absolutely hate feckin' airport security. Get in here now, stand in the queue for 20 minutes while the most inefficient staff in the world are going to show you just how inefficient they can actually be. And then the humans forget to take off their belts or their boots, and then they're wondering why the machine is beeping at them. Oh, painful, isn't it? It's not the workers' fault. They have to follow procedures. They're just doing what they're being told. But like, Jesus. Nice advertising for Flight Sim Expo. Right now. No, we're not famous. Jesus, this is class. Look at all the clutter in here. I'd say this airport is mad busy, isn't it? 10 people in the queue, yeah, right. Immersion ruined, right? How does Universal Studios Hollywood look like? Is it still bugged? Mystic Daily, Universal Studios, couldn't tell you. In the sim, if it's photogrammetry, it's going to look bugged at a certain altitude. Do you know? There's a flight to Dublin to Larnaca. I thought they did, no? Nice interior. It ain't bad at all. Right? Plenty of clutter. Out onto the air side. Again, jetways. They look the part. I mean, they're well modelled, aren't they? And how are they doing it with all the clutter? Like, there's zero impact on frames here. I'm loving this. It's fantastic. Over here is quite nice too. Look, all the maintenance side. More interiors. Down with the lounge. More check-in. Pretty. Yeah, I kind of like this. Larnaca. So more on the land side. Got a couple of taxis, car parks, then out onto the main road. The control tower detailing is very, very good, isn't it? Again, it's a fairly sizable airport, isn't it? Got the fuel depots down here. See a little bit of LOD pop. It's not bad, like. It's a very, check out the night lighting here now as well. Oh, that's water. I was wondering why it was so bright. It's the water. It's the time of day I have it set to. Of course, there's Larnaca over there then, look. Right, let's check out the night stuff. Ooh, decent night lighting. Oh yeah. Now, can we get rain working here? Probably not. Yes, we can. Oh, Jesus. It's where you see like the reflections of light. That's what makes the thing look absolutely incredible. We want to go somewhere that's very bright. This kind of crack here looks well. Slow her down, Murph. Slow her down. Yeah, like look at the detail in there on the look at that look.
Hello there.
That's class looking, isn't it? Like, it really does add to it, doesn't it? Glitchy, welcome in. Thanks for the follow, dude. It's where you can see the reflections and stuff. Like it's mind-boggling how it works now in the sim, and it's only getting better. Look, it's class looking. What's it like on the land side? They use a different texture, I think, on the roads. It's just not there's the lighting inside is great. It's just not the lighting is actually quite soft here. Like look at the detail there, look, that's phenomenal. Look at the reflections and stuff with the water. Like it's proper incredible, that. Deadly, isn't it? So iniBuilds Larnaca coming soon. And the price isn't bad, $9.99 plus taxes. I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? It's there's quite like it's. I don't want to say it's a very basic airport. The LOD is definitely a lot more aggressive here, but again, this is pre-release, so I wouldn't be overly excited just yet. But yeah, this looks like a solid option for Larnaca. Again, great destinations to be flying in and out of, isn't it? Jetways are cool looking. See, can we ramble into one of these? Do they have interiors? Yeah, they do actually, yeah. There's an interior there. And then back over into the airport. What do you think, lads? Not too bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Sure it's not. For the price, it's not bad at all. Plenty of details inside. And it's good to see all the Flight Sim Expo stuff there as well. That's pretty awesome. Like, I suppose airports like this, I mean, they're out of the way. It's a bus ride into town and then you're in. And like your approach into Larnaca, I mean, you have the harbour on one side and usually mountains on the other. It's a huge facility though, isn't it? Bird Aviation, look. A couple of private jets parked in there. So that's the facility. Not bad for the cost of a pint. Tell you now. Yeah, it was 2006. Pretty dark airport. What do you mean by that? As in dark inside, like? Yeah, just look at the ceiling, sure. Maybe that's what you mean. But anyway, Larnaca from iniBuilds, lads. What do you think? That's coming soon. Again, it's like, Jesus, like the amount of work, the amount of stuff this week, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, between the MH60, the mission hub, then we saw Newcastle, Birmingham, and Larnaca. FlytheLine. It's quite mad, isn't it? Colonel Fork is here. Good to see you, Colonel Fork. Welcome in. Right, now, for our last little stuff, I want to show you this briefly. Just in case there are those of you using our Discord and you're saying, Murphy, what in the name of everything are you doing? Right? So this is to give you just a little bit of a rundown with Discord and how things work. All right? And the Fenix update as well. Yeah, it's been crazy. What we've done with Discord, we're still working on it, but the whole idea that I'm trying to do is to make everything a little bit more accessible for you. So I'm not going to spend too much that we're working on. And in particular, when you're in our Discord, and there's all different stuff you can do with Discord, by the way. If you're members of like multiple channels, well, you can group different Discords into like folders. Like, for example, I've like the devs, right? So all the developers, I have them all in one folder. That's where I check them out, right? and so on and so forth. But what I can do here is, with our main welcome page, you have your arrivals page. Start here. This gives you a little bit of orientation. Click on the shamrock and that gives you the role of a cadet. And as a cadet, you can get in and access the server. All right. Info and updates. This is where any server-wide announcements go. Right. So that's from our UK meetup. Gibbo put out the post earlier on about the update to the Fenix liveries. That's what they go. Go live notifications. When I hit that little button over there that says start streaming, that's what comes up. All right. And then you have the stream schedule. And this is where I post the weekly schedule. All right. So that's where all of them live. And see the way if you click on the main header, you see like there's a little arrow beside it. See the arrow? That'll either expand or close. It'll close it off so it keeps everything nice and clean. So inside the TTM community, there's some new stuff in here, right? So we have our Bremen bar, right? And that's just our main chat area. When I have an old chat and a ramble, go into the Bremen bar. Threads are new. And why these are super handy, lads, the reason being is, well, you can search for stuff here, for example, right? So if you click on, well, this is called Firefly meetups, right? And if you don't have channels open, well, you can type in here, for example, I need a tag, search for, and if I were to type UK, well, it's going to find, well, here's our UK meetup. If I want to go to, you know, Dublin, or Ireland, sorry, it'll show you the Irish meetup. So the whole point here is, rather than having to scroll backwards and backwards and backwards or have multiple individual channels, right? The idea is we use threads. Threads operate just like a forum, right? And all you need to do is, if you're inside one of the channels, they open up like this. You know, you can make this full screen if you wish, right? Or you can close off this area here. You can go in and just, well, the UK meetup makes a full screen, right? If you no longer want to be looking at that thread, you can right click it, you can unfollow, or you can close it. If you unfollow, it just means it's not going to ping you when there's any updates. Or if you just close it, it closes it. So it disappears and you can close that one. Now, it doesn't mean they're gone. You can still go back in here to the thread and find them again. But if you close them, it just closes them and it keeps things nice and tidy down the left-hand side, right? The other stuff I've added in now is a brand new one, and it goes under flight sim, because at the moment the flight sim category on our Discord, well, we've got a lot of stuff in there. Add-ons, for example, what are moving that? Add-ons, for example, this is the thread, right? So if you want to see all the tags here, so if you just want to know about general aviation, well, you click on the GA tag and it brings up all news relating to GA. You click off it again, well, it shows you everything. If you look at add-on or software, or you can go airliner news, or you can go vintage. You get the idea, right? Or you can search, or when you create a new post, it's going to ask you what tag applies to your post. It just means someone else can find what they're looking for an awful lot easier. So we've already done this with add-ons, right? I've now added a new one called flight logs, right? And if you click on flight logs, this is all the information about it. You can see that we have flight plans, screenshots, weather reports, JoinFS is in here now, Skynet, where did you fly, which is a new one, right? Steve Webster, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. So, for example, screenshots. If we go in and click on screenshots, well, this is where we're going to see screenshots. And I thought it was better having an area just for screenshots outside of like photos and media, because here is where you can put all your actual screenshots, right? So you go into flight logs and you go to screenshots, and then you can go ahead and just post your own in there. We also have JoinFS. So information when it comes to JoinFS is located in here. Skynet details, how we get Skynet up and running. Where did you fly today? This is a new area. So this is where, if you want to suggest routes, or maybe you've flown somewhere, well, sure, put it in here. We'll have a look at it, put the route in, and sure, we can copy it and go flying it ourselves. All right. Weather reports, this is all from a bot, right? So if you wanted to get a METAR, you can put in the command. It's a /METAR, right? And just hit enter. It'll ask you for the facility. Let's put in Shannon. The bot goes off and thinks about it, and here is your METAR for Shannon, right? Not only that, but if you want to go down and go into a voice chat, right? So if we click in here, for example, I'm now in a voice chat, and if I put in Atis voice, Shannon, Give it a second. It'll find me.
Winds 260 at 9 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, few clouds at 500 feet, broken layer at 700 feet, temperature 17 degrees Celsius, dew point 16 degrees Celsius, altimeter 1020. Winds 260.
Now, it's winds as opposed to winds. But you get the idea. You can actually get an ATIS. For the ATIS to work, just jump into one of the voice channels and it'll work in there for you, right? And that's all inside weather reports, or you can get the or you can just get like the tech stuff. You can do the same with a TAF. If you want a TAF, right? I want a TAF for Shannon, and it's whatever ICAO that you want to go for. And you can say, well, here's a raw weather forecast. You can go to the next time or the next time. That's what the bot is doing for you. It'll find all the stuff for you, right? And then you have flight plans. This is where I'm going to start posting all of our flight plans to go into the flight plan section. And again, if there's something in here you don't necessarily want to be following, you can unfollow or you can close it. All right. Or if you want to add to these are just the categories I've added in. Maybe you have your own category and you can go ahead, flight plan, screenshot, weather report, join FS, where did you fly? You get the idea. All right. And see the way now you want to keep things nice and tidy up here, but all these are open. All you need to do is close them. Right click, close, right click, close. You get the idea, yeah? And it keeps everything nice and neat up on the left hand side. And it's just like, so threads are, they're like, think of them as forums, right? But it means then if you want to go looking for something, it's much easier to find. That's the whole point of these. All right. Hardware, this is a new one. So sim rigs, photos of your sim rigs go in here. MDA put up some absolute cracking photos of his stuff. If you're troubleshooting with hardware, anything to do with your controls, that's where you put it in there. Networking or internet issues, desk or mounting solutions, how did you get it to work? VR has its own section, audio and microphones, or PC builds and upgrades. You can see all the subcategories. And the good news about this, if you're looking for something, you just go in and search. Right. What am I looking for? I don't know. MDA. Did MDA do anything in here? No. It won't search by user. Search or create a post. Show me a sim rig. Or if there was something in particular you wanted to look for, that's how you do it. All right. So I just wanted to explain to you, if you cannot see these channels, over here in the top left hand corner, you have channels and roles. And when you click on this, you can customize your experience. It's based on all questions that I'll ask, and they'll give you different roles and all this jazz. I'm still working on it. But the main thing I want you to do, go on over to browse channels. And when you're in the browse channels, this is where it's going to give you a list of all the channels. And if there's a channel that you have absolutely zero interest in, well, you can go over, click the little gadget beside it and turn it off. If there's a channel you didn't realize that was there, you'll see that there's an empty box. You can go ahead and click on the plus, and that'll open that channel for you down here on your left hand side. All right. So that's a list of all the channels, all of them. Right now, I've a barrel load of hidden channels. These are the ones that I'm closing off. So over the last couple of weeks, there's 22 channels I've closed off to make things just a little bit easier. Just a little bit easier on our Discord. And as I say, if there's channels that you're not necessarily interested in or you don't want to do anything, well, you can close them. Just close access to them. Do you know what I mean? But ideally then, what you'd be left with at the end of all of this, you would have a Discord that is relatively clean, meaning that you only have the categories that you want. So welcome, info, our community, flight sim, and ATC and VATSIM. Again, I've done the same at VATSIM. So we have our VATSIM Thursday. Ask a controller. That's a new section. If you want to ask a VATSIM controller a question, well, that's where you do it. And we have VATSIM controllers in our community. They'll come back and explain or point you in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? And then if you want information on previous flights or upcoming flights, that's where it all is. So that's all in the VATSIM threads. All right. So again, spend a bit of time messing around with it. If you break it or you feel that you haven't figured it out, just drop me a DM. But the idea of using threads an awful lot more, it's to help you find things easier, that you're not going through 20 or 30 different channels and knowing, where do I post this? How do I post that? Do you know what I mean? The hobbies and interests, That could probably be a single thread as well, and we'll just make multiple different ones. I might get around to that. The whole idea is I'm trying to reduce the number of channels, and we'll replace them with threads and forums. So it just means that, you know, if you're interested in something, you only need to follow a particular category or a particular thread. Do you know what I mean? That's the idea. But it's getting cleaner. It's getting a little bit easier to use over time. And I still have work to do on the announcements, people getting pings. I still have work to do on the roles, but certainly the start we've had at the moment was getting a lot of the channels out of there, because the biggest problem was, for a lot of people, they didn't know what to post and where to post it. All right. The Bremen bar, that's our main essential area for just having a chat. If you're stuck with anything, you need help, that's your first port of call. You ramble on in there and someone can give you a direction then to say, no, listen, you want to be in this section here. People can answer you quicker. If you have any issue when it comes to your flight sim, you have your add-ons, and you also have sim help and support. This is another thread for sim help. If is it sim settings you're looking for, it'll bring up anything to do with sim settings. What about your community folder? Okay, well, here it is. What about loading times? Here's information about your loading times. What about firewall or antivirus? Like, you get the idea. You can go specifically by a tag, what is the issue that you're having, or you can just do a search and you can find the search then in there. All right. Any questions? Exclamation point Discord, that brings you to our Discord. But the whole idea is, lads, you are what makes our Discord work. I mean, it's this is our community space when there's no live stream. When we're not here in a live chat environment, that's where we are. We're over on Discord. So you might have questions, you might want to share some photos, you might want to share some flight routes, some settings, tell us a story, tell us a joke, whatever. I mean, that's where our whole community hub is. It's all over on our Discord. And I reckon it's probably 2.5 years to the day Gibbo would have said, Murph, just put threads in, you idiot. No, I don't need them, you're wrong. And here I am 2.5 years later. I have a great idea, right? But using threads or forums, don't mind the name of it. It's basically just an easier way to find stuff. Instead of multiple channels, it's one block channel, and then you can go in here and figure out what it is you're looking for. Because there's nothing more frustrating. Yeah, they were talking about that ages ago. I have to scroll all the way back up here. Oh, no, I can't find it. That wrecks me head. So at least now you have a way of, well, hang on. It's an add-on. It's coming soon. And, you know, how do I... And you can respond to all of these. Like this one here, the MH60. If you want to go in here and have a look, talk about it in here. And you see, like, everyone posts their own stuff. There's videos, you know. There's all this kind of stuff here. So, Colonel Fork put out a video earlier on, look. Ooh. But you get the idea. That's what it is. So, I've only just found you. Can you group Discord servers? Oh yeah, you can group Discord servers. And the way I do it, right, so I put like my platforms go in one, so that's like Microsoft or X-Plane or Truckee or whatever. All the navigational servers, so like Navigraph, Atlanta, the GTN stuff, FS Hub, they're all there. Then we go into anything for ATC, be it with, well, anything to do with ATC goes in there, VATSIM and the likes. Then developers, then we have... any of the channel partners of other streamers in there as well. Photos and media at two-tone. Ah, Jesus. Someone thought they were being funny. Yeah, that's an instant ban. There's always one, isn't there? What a gobshite. But anyway, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. There's always one, isn't there? For feck's sake. Come on, Muse. What a gobshite. You're here trying to like explain and make things better, and then you just get like a complete and utter, absolute, uneducated gobshite. It's very funny though, do you know? But there's always one. But anyway, that's the idea. That's the idea with Discord. We're trying to make the thing better. All right. So if you have any questions or queries or wonders or whatever that's going on, let us know on Discord. You can drop me a DM, a direct message, and we'll get it sorted from in there. Right. That was hilarious. Right. Anyway, lads, that is it for tonight. We're back tomorrow, daytime stream. It's always fun to laugh at the tryhards. Yeah. But you got me good though. Jesus. But anyway, we're back tomorrow. We're planning a stream daytime tomorrow, 11 o'clock. My plan is to fly the... I was planning on flying the Citation, but I might... we'll see. We'll see what the crack is in the morning. And then tomorrow night we're on VATSIM. So we're flying out of Washington tomorrow night, and I'm going to be using the new BFU in 2020 to see what it's all about. And then a stream after that then, of course, is going to be on Friday, where we have a double header. We're doing Warbirds for the first half and then Helos for the second half. So I am very much looking forward to that. So tomorrow, lads, in the late afternoon, that's when we're expecting the MH60 to release from Miltech Simulations in partnership with Blackbird. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, you mind your wallets now, because if it's not going to be Newcastle, if it's not going to be Birmingham, if it's not going to be Larnaca, or even FlytheLine, well, there's definitely a chopper. You know, if you want to be flying choppers tomorrow, that is the place to do it. You know what I mean? But anyway, right, lads, that's going to do it. Thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in. Hope this was somewhat helpful for you, and it answered some questions about these upcoming add-ons for Microsoft Flight Sim. Loads of fun. Right, we haven't a penny now. We've bought all the add-ons. Until tomorrow, you take care. Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is...
Ready?
Listen. It's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. Oh, power off. Bit of right rudder. Bleed that speed. Oh, look at that. I gotta brake now. Brake. Oh, wait, where's your button? Here you are.
It's a fake.
Oh, in a hurricane.
We put it onto easy mode.
Thank you very much.
Look at the state of that for a landing.
Can I just say, if you're busy any evening on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm available.
Will you give me like tutorials or something? Will you?
I'll do it.
Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta.